Hey, y'all. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is hump day. Y'all know what day it is. Um, as y'all can see from the title, hey, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Because for some reason I feel like I can't be heard. What the hell is that? What? Oh, wait a minute. I need to take that out too. Y'all don't know what I'm doing. Hey, y'all. Y'all know good and well I don't know what I'm doing over here in these YouTube streets. Y'all know I don't know. I don't even know how to put I don't even know how to put the stuff on. I just be working it out. Hope y'all hang out with your girl. You know what I mean? I don't know how to work. I don't know how to work this stuff. That's not my job. Okay? Not my job. Hey, Miss Cox, how y'all doing? All right. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday. It is hump day for most, not for all. It's Wednesday for a lot of people. So today, for some reason, I have watched a lot of I watched a lot of daytime TV, like Haramo and Steve, and I watched a little Maury, a lot of TikTok. So the as y'all can see from the title, Keith Lee and ATL. Wow. Wow. Let me start this off by saying I am not an expert in many things. I am knowledgeable about a lot of things. I'm not an expert in many things. There is at least one thing I can say that I am an expert in, and that is customer service. Two things, my bad, because that's two separate things. Customer service and hospitality. Because hospitality is actually like restaurants, hotels, nightclubs, things like that. Customer service can be a cashier. Uh, Anybody who directly serves a customer's customer service, that can be a cashier. Uh, Shit. Your hairdresser provides customer service. Your nail tech provides customer service. Anybody who has direct services with a customer, that's customer service. I'm an expert in these two things. I have been in the industry since 1985. I got my first job, customer service, in scratch that, excuse me, my first job in 1984 at the age of 17. And from the age of 17 till 3 years ago, I have worked in the customer service hospitality industry. I am an expert. I am a trainer. I have trained those that are incoming. I have trained management. I have trained upper management in their establishments. That's who I am. I'm especially, my expertise lies in restaurants, front and back of the house. Make no mistake, I'm better in the front, but I'm nice in the back. And I say all this to say, there's a creator. I'm not looking at the chat right now, so if I miss anybody, hey y'all, hey y'all. That is the only reason I don't see you right now. My backup will be here soon to help me see different things. That's what's going on. So there's a creator on TikTok. His name is Keith Lee. He is the sweetest. Now, I don't know what he is in real life, because in real life, we could be the opposite of what we are that we show y'all on social media, or we could be the exact same person. So I'm only going by the young man that I see on TikTok. He is the sweetest baby. He has a wife, one or two kids. I know he got a few kids. I don't want to say he got a lot of kids, but I know he has at least one. Um, he started off just giving honest food reviews, very honest, very humble food reviews. I started watching him because of the way he would do it, because he wouldn't go to fancy restaurants or or Instagram restaurants. He would go to little mom and pops. He would go to the little store in the corner, the little bodega, the little taqueria, the food truck. You know what I'm saying? He spent the beginning of his career helping everyday restaurant, the everyday foodie. Very honest, and he was never rude. He was never disrespectful. If he didn't like it, he stated it in a way that other people would, understand that it's not his taste. It might be yours. He never made the people feel some kind of way, unless the service was bad, you know what I'm saying? The food, you can't help what you like. There is such thing as bad food. Make no mistake about it. But and he got, just because of who he is and because he wasn't loud and because he wasn't outrageous, that made him an anomaly. Because think about it. When we're out here in these streets and we're watching YouTube videos and we're watching TikToks, we want to see the loud, the crazy, the ghetto, the cussing, the fussing, that shit nasty and da 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 whoop de whoop. These are the things we want to see, because people get excited by controversy. People get excited by negativity. You will watch something negative 100 times. You'll watch something positive twice. So it just is what it is. I mean, no shade, no, just reality. When I was younger, I would say that I would watch somebody falling down more than I would watch somebody that made me smile. But as I got older, I watch more of the smiling, laughing videos. So I mean, maybe it's an age thing. I don't know, but that's just the way it is. So he's not that kind of dude, and I think that's what caught him. He caught a niche. He caught it right at the right time. And because he was so humble and because people did that, he blew up. He was like on the Good Morning America, one of the morning shows. They offered him, and he's very humble. He doesn't, when he does, he used to do his food reviews on his little kid table. Yeah, because he's not a big dude. He's a little dude. And from what I understand, I didn't know before, not too long ago, he was an MMA fighter. So not only is he's not just famous for food, he's actually a MMA fighter with an excellent record. And from what I understand, he was famous before. Just, it may not have been in the circles I knew about him, but just because I don't know somebody, don't mean you ain't famous. So there you go. and he's related to somebody. So again, these are all things to his resume, to his credit. And I'm saying all this because he blew up and now he Keith Lee. He everywhere. People are going to restaurants. Restaurants are blowing up. He is, understand this young man, because I'm about to call him a little boy, because call everybody, you from the South, everybody a little boy. Come here, little boy. But this young man was saving restaurants. He would go in. People would DM him. My mom is the sweetest. She got this restaurant where we are. Nobody comes in. He would go in, he would order the food, give his honest critique, and people would go. He was killing them with it. You would what's the word I'm looking for? He would go on there on a Friday and Saturday they packed. He was saving restaurants, saving little businesses. And I mean, come on now. And he didn't want anything about it. He didn't want free food. He doesn't go in there. He's like, I'm like everybody else. Don't make me special because you know who I am. He said, if they can't get food, I can't get food. He always pays for his food. He tell you how much he paid for it. Sometimes he be like, that's a little expensive, but I got it. Let's try it. I'm rated 1 through 10. That's his thing. I got it. Let's try it. I'm rated 1 through 10. That's his thing. I said all that to say this. So most recently, the young man was in Atlanta reviewing different restaurants in Atlanta, going to different restaurants in the Atlanta scene. If you're not from Atlanta, if you ain't from the South, then you don't understand the bougie of Atlanta. I went to high school in Atlanta. My mom lived in Atlanta for over, what am I? My mom lived in Atlanta for over 20 years. I went to high school there. So I grew up. Part of my childhood is ATL. So y'all don't understand the black bouginess of Atlanta. That's like that's where we go. Even now, and I mean it's getting more now because everything is where it is. Celebrities are living in Atlanta. Atlanta is becoming the or movies and music. So it's becoming not just for us; it's becoming worldwide. And with that comes different issues, different problems. So if you review restaurants, here's my thing. Um, Everybody wants to own a restaurant. I don't know why. I don't know for the life of me. Know why. Everybody want to own or run a restaurant. It boggles my mind because there are so many different things that you need to before you even before you even sit down and write out a proposal to get a loan or to get shareholders. You need to have so many different things in your head what's going on with this restaurant. You need to know what kind of restaurant it is. You need to know what kind of food you're going to serve. You need to know what kind of venue it is so you can know whether you're going to be takeout, whether you're going to be sit in. You need to know whether or not you want to be casual, fine dining, full service. You need to know. These are things you need to know. Are you going to have waiters? Are you going to have alcohol? Is it going to be not just a restaurant, but a meeting place? There is a lot. And people think that you can just go to a building that used to be a restaurant, put your name on the front, get somebody in the kitchen to cook, and boom, you about to be a success. Boom, you about to have a successful relationship. You about to a restaurant, you about to make all this money and it's about to be amazing. That's not it. Successful restaurants, especially smaller restaurants that don't have a chef. It's not a chef-driven restaurant. It's somebody decided they wanted to open a restaurant. So I'm gonna open a restaurant. I'm just gonna do it. It's easy. It's just food. No, it's not. It's the health department. It's liquor license. It's food license. It's food handling. It's the health department coming in there telling you what you can and can't do. There are rules and regulations at the beginning and the end of a restaurant that you have to abide by. Either you're going to pay some money or you're going to get shut down. There are rules and regulations, and there are unspoken rules and regulations in restaurants. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell to everybody that listens to my voice or will hear this at some point, if you have never worked in a restaurant, if you've never been a bartender, a server, a cook, a hostess, shit, a goddamn bar back, do not try to open a restaurant without consulting these people. Just because you got money don't mean that that is the venue for you. Because there, every other building is a used to be restaurant. You know how quick it is for a restaurant to get turned for. First of all you gotta do is have one bad review, and I mean one really bad review, and your shit is gone. It's over. You struggle. 3 months later, you closed, and you still all in people. Don't do it. Now, I am not. I am not tech savvy, but I am not tech ignorant, which means I'm not a big Instagram, Snap. I'm not a big all that social media, Facebook and TikTok. That's and YouTube. These are the three things I check with that I check. Now, if you tell me to go look on Instagram, I go look on my Instagram. I don't know when the last time I posted something. Do not just go to a restaurant because you saw a pretty picture on Instagram of some food. Because pretty food don't mean it tastes good. And at the end of the day, yes, you eat with your eyes first, but you come back because of your mouth. You come back because of the taste. If my pretty food tastes like pretty feet, you're not going to come back. Now, I'm saying all this to say, Keith Lee went to Atlanta doing his thing, going to different restaurants in Atlanta. He chose a restaurant called The Real Milk and Honey. Now, I never heard of this restaurant before. It's one here, but who did? Uh, I don't know. I think they said they call it The Real Milk and Honey, so I think they might be different in the milk because it's not a franchise restaurant. So I think that's just people use the name and they have to figure out a way to make it different from another one. But in Atlanta, it's called The Real Milk and Honey. I think there's several Milk and Honeys, but this is The Real Milk and Honey. The Real Milk and Honey first has a list of rules for their restaurant. And a couple of them caught me off guard because I'm like, huh? The first one was we don't do separate checks. Separate checks is only a problem for the server. And that's only a problem if the person that wants the separate checks waits until the end of the meal to say, oh, we want a separate checks. Because let me tell you something. Real talk. I got a party of 15. I'm making 15 checks because I can always add them up. It's hell to split them again after you came to the table and after 3 people want to check together and 7 people want it separate and these 2 people ain't had no water. That rule caught me off guard. We don't do separate checks. What? Okay, fine. That's your restaurant. Do your thing. Do you? Hey. The gratuity added thing on parties of a certain amount or more, a certain amount of money or more, especially if somebody is waiting on you. If you let me say this before we get into an argument about whether or not tipping is tipping or you should tip or don't da 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 whoop de whoop. Let me say this right now at I can't see what time it is because she done blocked the clock. I don't know what time it is. What time is it, baby? Right now, in November 1st at 7:57, 2023, tipping in a restaurant is something you should do. Now, whether or not And you know going into the restaurant that this server is making $2.13 an hour. Anybody who tells you they don't know how much servers make, they lying. Because the first thing they'll tell a server when they got an attitude problem, or they coming in there with that attitude about tips and shit, is you need a real job. So anybody tell you they ain't know that servers make it 2:30. So right now at 7:57 on November 1st, 2023, if you go into a restaurant, if you go into a full service restaurant where the person who brings you your drinks, brings you your food, brings your napkins, your straws, your ketchup, your sauces, takes your attitude, almost falls over your baby because you won't make it sit down, clean up all them fries your kids throw on the floor. That person is making $2.13 an hour. Please stop arguing about tipping. Go to a restaurant where you don't have to tip. Go to a restaurant where they say no tipping, because they do have some. Because there are some restaurants that pay their servers a livable wage. There are some restaurants that do not require tipping because the servers are paid a livable wage. If you go to a restaurant, a regular restaurant that doesn't have on its door or on its website, we don't require tipping. If you go into the restaurant and you have a server, you know to tip your server. Go to another restaurant. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to go back and forth. I don't give a shit about your opinion. If I can't tip, I don't go to a restaurant where I have to tip. If I got $20 and I know my meal is going to be $18.99, I am going to go get my $18.99 meal and not sit my ass down and worry the hell I know server for an hour for a penny. I'm not for a dollar and a penny. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go get my food. I'm going to go home, take off my bra, turn on my TV, and eat my food. I'm not going to argue with you about that, because it's not like it's a new thing. It's not like tipping came up last week. We've been having this argument, this discussion. But the reality is, if you go into a restaurant where you know the servers are making $2.13 an hour and you treat the server like a servant, tip your waitress, tip your bartender. Yes. She's gonna play you the Keith Lee, his little thing that he does, because he'll tell and he didn't disparage the restaurant. He just said he didn't get any food because of the situation. Go ahead, babe.
Yesterday, me and my family were at the One Music Festival. Somebody who works for Candy Birds walked up to us and said they've been trying to reach us since we got to Atlanta.
That's
Said you've
not
been
the real Miss
constantly
Honey.
emailing
That's
me,
the old lady
constantly
gang.
emailing me for me to come to Old Lady Gang. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you
You
can
can do
see,
them
I don't
too.
have any bags in my hands. Me and my family showed up and we attempted to order before we got here. We called the number they had connected on Yelp 3 times, no answer. We tried to order through DoorDash and it said it was temporarily closed. So when we pulled up, I sent my family in to order for us. They said on the weekends, due to being busy, they don't do any takeout at all.
They do to go orders? No, we don't do to go on the weekend. Oh, okay, so sit and dining. Yes. Okay, thank you, sweetie. We appreciate you.
Which is completely understandable. So what we decided to do is my family's gonna go eat. They're just gonna come bring the food out while I'm sitting in the car, so they have no idea I'm here. My family asked how long the wait was to be seated. They said an hour to an hour and a half.
Yes, have. Okay.
She also said they didn't have any reservations available, so they didn't take down any number, any contact information, nothing. My family then came and relayed that message to me, and I decided to go in myself. We walked in and we were greeted by a nice young lady. And then I met some amazing people who were eating there, and we took some pictures. God is amazing. As soon as me and my wife were done taking pictures, the lady said the table was ready. As always, I don't want any special treatment. I want to be treated like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I'm a normal person. I'm a normal customer. Things like this is exactly why I do reviews the way I do. Just because I have a certain amount of followers on social media don't make me different from nobody. My mom, my mom-in-law, my sister, they all paying customers just like me. So I want them to be treated just like me. So I asked how long the wait time has been today. She said an hour to an hour and a half. So which I then asked, how are you able to sit me in 5 minutes? This is her response. How long are you looking for as far as wait? I'm just gonna set up everything. 5 minutes. I'm gonna wait. The salt call came. Now it's whoever first come first serve. Again, my family just attempted to eat there less than 2 minutes ago. I then told her I changed my mind. We're gonna go eat somewhere else, and I said God bless you, and I walked out. On second thought, it's okay. We're gonna go eat somewhere else. So I appreciate it though, for sure. Thank you. God bless you. Y'all have a great day. Have a good one. Have a great day. I'm gonna be very transparent and honest. I am frustrated. Me and my family just trying to eat food. That's all we try to do. At the same time, while I am frustrated, I understand we are all humans. I do not agree. I do not support. I do not condone shaming this business based on my experience. Like every city we've been to since we've been on food tour, I go to an array of restaurants, from mom and pop shops to staples of the community to super popular to places nobody know about. And Atlanta has definitely been a unique experience for me, It's something I'll never forget. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, genuinely. But I'm a normal person and I want to be treated like everybody else. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
All right, that's Keithley, y'all. Hold on. Miss Cox, I'm gonna tell you something. I thought about doing freelance customer service training, but just like the reason I ain't opened my nightclub yet, I don't know the business end or how to go about getting these things done, to market myself and get out there. And because the reality is that the blind is leading the blind in these excuse me, the blind is leading the blind in these restaurants. You got somebody who's yesterday selling jeans over here trying to tell you how to wait tables. You got somebody who sell clothes trying to tell you how to market food. It's not the same. Dealing with these people are not the same. Are you ready? Go ahead. No, I don't want to hear Candy. Candy is just apologizing. She did what she should have did, but even Candy was wrong.
I can't hear it. I think I gotta go out.
I can't hear it either.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hey,
I didn't even know you was coming on.
it's Wednesday. You told me to come out.
I know, but it's normally like about 6. I was like,
Well,
okay, something must
that's
have
fine.
came
I
up.
think y'all already know. Yeah, I don't know nothing about how to put this thing together. My, My wife does that. So she had this whole thing that it'll be on the next Wednesday one because she have it set up. She had this whole thing
Okay.
she did for me. I didn't know where to find it. I was looking for it. I was going in and trying to be grown and do it. And I told her, I said, baby, I
Yeah.
can't find it. She said, go on and go live. I said, all right. I'm in there trying to get it done, put it up, go around. I couldn't find shit. So that's just, it was, I just
I
could.
know. I told baby, I was like, I guess Lisa. She's like, yeah, you at least ain't going on. I said, I don't think she coming on. I've been looking, and
Yeah.
then she was like, she on now. I was like, she is. I was like, okay.
So yeah, so that was it. I couldn't. I was trying to go on, but she did all this, and I wanted it to go on. So I was
Yeah.
like, so she did. Did you get it back, baby? You put Candy on there, but couldn't nobody hear it. All right, now
Yeah.
this is Candy's apology for the old lady game.
Real quick, who was the first guy? Who was that?
That's Keesley. Keesley, go on. Hey, turn your mic down just a little bit, Crystal, because I got a little crispy, the little crinkles.
You want me to go out and come back?
I don't know. I don't know will that work. Is it my mic? It might be my, because it might just be. It's just super loud to me. Am, am I loud?
You sound good to me.
Okay,
Is it still crackling?
a little bit, just a little bit.
Let me go out and come back.
Okay,
Okay.
you put it up. Oh yeah, because it's too. Oh no, you down to just DC. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Does that sound okay? All right. Now understand when me and DC went to Atlanta, we were gonna go to Old Lady game. It was ridiculous. Line around the corner. The venue is relatively, it's not a big venue. And I'm gonna say this and be mad. I don't care. Getting your buying your mom and her sisters a restaurant, yay. Allowing them to cook like they at the house in a restaurant, that's unacceptable. You, I get recipes, have it set up, have them walking around the restaurant, custom service. That's what they should be doing. But if they're in the kitchen, because these cook times are ridiculous. These cook times are ridiculous. 2 and 3 hours to get food. It's not an experience. It's not that kind of restaurant. Can you pull up pictures of the inside of Old Lady Gang? From what we saw on the outside, it wasn't. You just having a pretty wall to make pretty Instagram pictures. That's not enough reason for me to go to a restaurant. I'm going to a restaurant. If I'm going out spending my good hard-earned government money to get on swole, to get my pants open at the top, I don't care about your wall, your Instagram photos. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I want my food. I want when I put my food in my mouth, I hum a little bit. I don't, all that other stuff. Social media
Can,
got people messed up.
can I try it now? Is it better?
It's just super loud for some reason. And like I said, it could be me.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Candy, and I'm about to speak on it. No, I'm joking. I'm not about to speak on it. I really just wanted to say I do appreciate Keith Lee for stopping by our restaurant and trying to show us love. It is very unfortunate that we couldn't serve him and his family. We would have loved to, okay? But he's right. We don't take to-go orders on the weekends, and the simple reason is because we do love and appreciate the people who come and support our restaurant. On the weekends, we get a lot of community support, people in our city that show up for us, as well as a lot of people from out of town. So with that being said, we don't want to overwhelm our kitchen by having to, have such long times for the people who are actually at the restaurant, plus having to do to-go orders, because obviously that would make the wait times even longer. So that's the reason for that. For those of you, I saw a couple of people was like, why wouldn't they take to-go orders? Well, that's why. Anyway, with that, outside of that, I want to say thanks to Keith for trying to even show up to our restaurant and show us love. Thanks for trying to bring your family by. And maybe next time we'll still get a chance to serve you. Okay.
Now she gave apology what a restaurant owner should have given. The real milk and honey people, that was ridiculous. I don't know. Look here. Let me take. Come on now. I
Mhm.
I get that. What happened was same thing that happened to Candy's restaurant. The same thing happened. I don't know which one of them told them that they closed early for a deep cleaning. You never. Let me say again. Let me reiterate. Let me stress it. I worked in restaurants that are open 7 days a week, 365 days out the year, but they close. Cleanings, inventories, hell, inspections happen when you're closed.
Okay.
You don't close to do those things. When you close, you deep clean your restaurant. Inspectors, unless they're trying to catch you slipping, come early in the
Mhm.
morning. Come in the morning before customers get in there. The real milk and honey. You gotta put the real. I don't know. When you put the real milk and honey in the search engine, all that stuff will pop up. Um, you don't close a restaurant to clean. Because here, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all some good stuff. The reality is, if you clean a restaurant properly every day like you're supposed to, you don't have to stop and give it a real deep cleaning because it never gets to the point of needing a deep cleaning. Because it is a restaurant. Because you're dealing with food, you have to be precise in your cleaning every day. just for the nature of what it is. You have surfaces that food touches, they have to be clean. You have surfaces that the food is cooked on, it has to be clean every day. Tables have to be clean and sanitized, especially now after the advent of COVID, every day.
Okay.
Carpets vacuum every day. The only thing that might not happen is like windows and ceiling fans. Things that are not actively touched and dealt with customers on a regular basis. And then even then, the windows got cleaned before we open. The ceiling fans will get cleaned at night after we close, so that when you clean out the ceiling fan, you can vacuum it up on the floor when you vacuum the carpets. If you don't know how to run a restaurant, don't run one. If you don't want to take the time to get educated on the job, on the business that you're trying to own and trying to call yourself an entrepreneur, don't do it.
Right.
Don't make up rules as you go along because you think it's your world. It's not your world. The rules and the regulations for restaurants come from one place, and that is the it. Look here. You having a list of any restaurant that is a regular restaurant. I'm not talking about a 5-star. There are restaurants where they don't have female waitresses because back in the day, waiters were specifically male. You have restaurants now that won't hire women to wait. Fine dining restaurants that won't hire women. You have bars and nightclubs that won't hire male cocktail waitresses
A
because
lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
cocktail waitresses are women. And there was a point where there was a separation. Servants might be women, but waiters in a restaurant and a fine dining restaurant were men.
Yeah.
That's what you ever wonder why. You ever wonder why it's always neckties?
Mm-hmm.
You wonder why you go into fine dining restaurants? It's always ties, long sleeve button down shirts and slacks. There's not there weren't a women's there weren't waitress outfits for fine dining restaurants. It just it I mean it just was what it was.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any discrimination. That's just the way it was. I don't know why it was. I'm sure if I look it up, I'm sure there's a reason to why fine dining restaurants didn't hire women. I'm sure that there was some misogyny, and I'm sure
I
they're
always,
all. I'm
yeah.
sure.
I always thought it was because of their attitude.
Well, I mean, it could be. Shit, I don't know. I don't know the reasoning why. But as time progressed, things changed.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell a restaurant. You can't tell somebody, "I'm not gonna hire you because you're a woman and you ain't supposed to be waiting tables in my 5-star restaurant." That's just not
Yeah.
gonna happen anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, as long as you have restaurant like Hooters and Tilted Kilt
Mm-hmm.
that hire women specifically because of the outfits and the clientele they're trying to catch, you're gonna have restaurants that only hire men for the exact same reason.
Right.
So, all that to be said to this. If you don't know what you're doing, educate yourself. That's what I'm saying. Educate yourself. It's not hard. You want to run a restaurant? Know what you're getting yourself into. Know
Yeah.
the early mornings and the late nights you're getting yourself into. Know that you're going to kill yourself in the first couple of years because you don't know how to do inventory. If you do not know what you're doing, educate yourself. A restaurant is just not going in there, getting somebody on the grill or on the fryer, putting a waitress out front, the cash register, and do it's not. It's not. Back in the day, it used to be some of the best food in the world. Oh, it used to be there was a restaurant back in the hood. It was smooth in the hood. It was so in the hood. Yeah, you didn't go at dark. As soon as it started, it looked like getting dark. It was like vampires lived out there. Somebody used to get killed on the corner by the restaurant every other week. So you didn't go in dark. But lunchtime, early dinner, when it's still dark, when it's still light outside, the owner of the restaurant didn't wear no shoes. This is back before I started working. He didn't wear no shoes. Understand? I also grew up in a small town where the best fried chicken was little old ladies that thought they was just supposed to put the hairnet on the hair on the top of their head. Okay, to where they didn't have no towels, they wiped their hands on their aprons. But you know what? Chicken was busting, and we ate it right now. Right now. When you go to a carry out, I don't want to see a carry out with an A rating from the health department because they not good. Ain't no seasoning, ain't no flavor. I need like a C, strong C. It's clean, but it's iffy because you're
Right.
going to a carry out. These are the things you expect in these restaurants. No customer service, but you go back because that's the customer service. They cuss you out, you cuss them out. They get their food, they get their money. You happy, you come back. That's what these restaurants were. But you want to go into a restaurant. You want to go into to the real milk and honey. You want to go into the old lady gang. Cool. Go ahead.
Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. We are at the Real Milk and Honey on Main Street in College Park. Before we came, we attempted to call our order in. We were greeted with an automatic message that said they do not take call-in orders. The automatic message said the only way you can do pickup is through DoorDash. We went through DoorDash, they was closed. But online, it said they closed at 5 o'clock. We went on DoorDash at 4 o'clock, but we were already here, so we just went inside. I stayed in the car and my family went in and they told them they were closed early for deep cleaning. Yet the door's wide open and it's people still going in and grabbing their orders. Now we have no idea if those people ordered beforehand or what the case is. Also, the people who relayed this message, my family said were really nice. It's just the rules. And so far being in Atlanta, I found some places do have unique rules and this is one of them. I want to be very clear, we're not blaming one person or saying one person was rude. In plain terms, don't call this restaurant trying to get nobody fired. Ain't nobody do nothing. This is just the rules they had. If you don't like their rules not for you. And for me and my family, the rules just wasn't for us. We just not their target audience. For the record, afterwards, I did walk in and they did recognize me and they attended the services, but I respectfully declined. I'm a normal person. I pay for my food like everybody else. I walk in spots like everybody else. We are all normal people. Respectfully, if you're not going to do it then, don't do it now. God bless you. But yeah, we're just trying to get some food. But I am going to make this very clear. I do not support, condone, or agree tearing down these businesses. While we personally may not have the best customer service experience, it does not mean you will have the same experience. That also don't mean go on Twitter and tear these businesses down. At the end of the day, business owners are people. Never know what people are going through. The only reason I'm even making this is to share my authentic and real experience like I always do. I don't mean no harm. I don't have no malicious intent, but I always say I'm going to be 100% honest, and that come with the good and the not so good. You don't know what nobody going through. So what we can't do is just judge off of somebody else's experience. If you like to go to these places or any other place that I've been to, I encourage you to go try it for yourself and make your own opinion. But we still in Atlanta, and we on Main Street, and it's a bunch of spots here. So we're going to go to a different spot. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey.
Now after that, the real milk and honey posted a little video clip. It was two girls and a guy sitting on a couch in a restaurant somewhere. I don't know whether it was their restaurant or what. And they did a little parody, I guess. They did a little skit. Let me say that. I guess it was a skit. I don't know what it was. Now, y'all don't know who Keith Lee is because maybe y'all don't say on TikTok, but y'all go on TikTok one time, hit Keith Lee, and y'all gonna be stuck. But these people knew who Keith Lee was. But they did a little skit where one of them looked at the phone and said, y'all see this video about somebody named Keith Lee? And the little guy in the middle, he was like, Keith Lee who? Instead of making the same kind of apology that Candy made, they tried to make it like this just another day in Hollywood. It kills me. I get it. I get it. I get wanting to be independently wealthy. I get wanting not to have a boss. I get wanting to have something to call your own to pass down to your kids and to their kids. I get wanting to make a name for yourself. I get all that. And I'm with it. I'm with it. If I were in a position to help somebody run a restaurant, own a restaurant, get some shareholders, open a restaurant and do the thing, I would. But I don't know if I could do it because let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. The quiet as is kept. The restaurant, I don't know why people think the restaurant business is super easy. I don't get it. Restaurant open at 11 o'clock. The first workers will get there at 8 or 9 o'clock to prep for the restaurant to be open at 11 o'clock. And they still prepping when the restaurant opens at 11. Now, understand, you have the front and the back of the house. You had the kitchen, which cooks the food, and you had the front of the house, which serves the food. Please stop saying we don't take to-go orders when you don't have a phone. Do everything online. Don't have a phone. Fuck that. You in a this is a restaurant. If you're look here, now I can understand, like I said, in realistically, first let me say this. Realistically, there is not anything you can't cook in a restaurant that should take more than 30 minutes from beginning to end. Even if you're hand prepping it for each order. Even if it's not something you can just pull out of the walk-in and pop in the microwave, for lack of a better term. There is nothing. Fried chicken, chicken wings, hamburgers, fish, seafood. Most of these things, the one thing that you have to cook for a long time is chicken, because it has to cook all the way through. There's no medium rare chicken. You got somebody coming into a restaurant that sells steaks and they got a well done porterhouse. Let them sit there as long as they need to. Matter of fact, tell them, say, sir, by the time you get this porterhouse, it's gonna be tomorrow. But there's nothing in a restaurant you can't cook in under 30 minutes. All that stuff y'all keep watching TV and all that. The reality is that it's not, because it's not, for the most part, it's not one person in the kitchen. You have the chef, you have sous chefs, you have prep cooks, and most of these big businesses don't understand one person can't run a kitchen. Candy, your mamas, your grandmamas, your aunties, they can't run a kitchen. There's a chef. There's sous chefs. Do you have fryers? Do you have a flat top? Do you have a grill? I worked at a restaurant called O'Charlie's in Alabama. We had a grill, a flat top, and fryers, and it was a huge restaurant, and a salad station, and a dishwashing area, and a expo line. Expo line is where once the food is cooked in the back, you have somebody that stands on the front that puts it together. I was an expediter as well.
That's how our church was.
Somebody would give me, you go into a restaurant and order, what's your favorite thing to order in a restaurant, Krista?
It would have to be fried fish.
Okay, you go into a restaurant and you get the you get the fried fish platter. The only thing that goes up in the window is the fish and whatever your side is. I take your fish out of the window and I set your plate up for you to have a visual experience when you get your food. I put the side on there. I put the lemon, the tartar sauce, whatever you've ordered. I set it up the same way every time. Every time a fish dinner comes out of the back, I have it set up so that when you get it, it's beautiful. The fish is sitting up there, it's glistening. Your sides are hot. Your tartar sauce is cold. Your lemon is ready.
And my macaroni salad.
And your macaroni salad is macaroni. It's sitting there. It's got the little sprinkles on it. I do the little razzle dazzle. I call for a runner or your server, and out comes your food, and voila. But that's not one person.
Right.
Like I said, there's nothing. And I have worked in a Dairy Queen, an Old Charlie's, Chili's, Applebee's, Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, Charlie's was as close. It wasn't fine dining, but it wanted to be fine dining because it was a South, but it wanted to be, but it really wasn't. Had prime ribs and the different cuts of steak. So it's as close as you could get to not actually being, but wanting to be. Made us wear ties and button-down shirts and slacks and white shirts. And I don't, for the life of me, I still, for the life of me, don't understand why restaurants require their servers to wear white shirts. Because one good gravy boat and you gonna be fucked up for the rest of the night.
Our church used to say that was to show the people that they're getting their food from that it's clean,
Your
that they're
shirt,
clean.
the shirt is the worst idea because
Yeah, I know that's what they used to tell us. We had to wear white because they want to show that it was clean, coming from someone that was clean.
I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of these things, especially when it comes to white, goes all the way back to way back when. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with reality. A white shirt in a restaurant is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
A white shirt on a server is stupid. You can't. You spend if it, you spend half your time trying to keep shit from dripping down on you. If you work
Mm-hmm.
in a restaurant where you have to carry trays, I worked at restaurants where you had to carry trays, and I worked at restaurants that said the more happy faces that a customer sees, the better. So it's either way. I can carry plates all my way. I can carry plates all the way up my arm to my shoulder. I can carry four
Mm-hmm.
glasses in one hand. I can also stack a full. I can also stack a table of seven on one tray and carry it out. There's nothing worse than a restaurant that makes you wear a white shirt, especially when they sell things that have things like au jus, sauces, things like that. We serve prime rib, and on the prime rib we had au jus. So you taking the prime rib out, and you got this tray because at this particular restaurant, oh Charlie's, we had to carry a tray. Everything had to go all on the tray. From one drink till somebody told me the napkins. I said, bitch, I'm not carrying no napkins out. So that's when I started my career of telling people what I am and ain't gonna do. This was the restaurant that started my career of what I is and ain't gonna do. I'm not gonna put no tray. I'm not about to carry no damn napkins out on no tray. Now, no, I'm not gonna get an extra quarter for this. Y'all just trying to be funny. And my customers appreciated that because we have to go find a tray as opposed to me giving them the napkins they wanted. Which one y'all want? Y'all want the napkins or the tray, or do y'all want the napkins? That's what I thought. But me trying to keep these au jus and all the sauces that's on this tray from trickling down my back as I'm trying to deliver a table of seven who got six prime ribs, five loaded potatoes, a salad, three salads with Caesar dressing and two kids tenders. Y'all get what I'm saying? That's restaurant life. Stop playing with it. Stop thinking that because somebody told you good at business, you can run a restaurant. What? Restaurant is a separate entity. That's a different world. This is what you need to run a successful restaurant. You need good customer service and good food. Them are the two things you need. But that's the least of y'all worries. You got to decide how many people you want to serve. That depends upon the building that you're in. So now you got to decide what kind of building you want. Then you got to see what kind of parking is around your building because if people can't park in the lot to come get their food, they're going to go somewhere else. Then you got to decide on a menu. Are you going to have a big menu like Cheesecake Factory got 17 menus? You go to Cheesecake Factory, you damn near in a library trying to figure out what the hell you're going to eat because there's 13 books on the table and there's two more packages of books coming to you. And the waiter just looking at you like, please don't order none of this shit because I don't know what the hell the special of the day is. We got 30 of them. You could be like Cheesecake Factory or you could be like Buffalo Wild Wings. Get you some wings, get you a couple of hamburgers, a couple of salads, and sit your ass down. You got to decide whether or not you want to serve alcohol or not.
Yeah.
So now you got to get a liquor license. And it's a bitch to keep that liquor license because if you don't know the rules and the regulations, if you don't understand that once you start dealing with the ATF, that's a whole different world. When you start understanding that they're going to send people to your restaurant to see if you're serving minors, to see if you're complying with all the rules and the regulation that it goes in to serving alcohol to people. But you and this person that you with ain't did nothing but go eat in a restaurant, and neither one of y'all have worked in one. You don't even know a bartender to tell you whether or not it would be cost effective for you to have draft beer and bottled beer. Do you need to get these drafts? I would think you just get the bottle for the area that you're in. Just make sure you have a selection. Are you just selling beer and wine, or are you selling hard liquor because of different license? Because of the alcohol content. Are you going to hire experienced bartenders, or are you going to get a bartender to train your bartenders because it's the bar that's the way you want it? But if you don't even know how to run a bar, how you want your bar to be in your restaurant, who you going to get to do it? What kind of kitchen are you going to have? Are you going to have fryers? You're going to have a flat top? You're going to have a griddle? You're going to have a grill? You're going to have an oven? Are you going to use microwaves? Or you're not going to use microwaves? Are you going to fresh prep everything per order, or are you going to pre-prep certain things and then some things you make on the fly? Are you going to buy chicken tenders already breaded, or are you going to bread the chicken tenders in here? Are you going to make the hamburger smash burgers, or are you going to order the burgers so that you just got to put the real burger on the griddle? Or are you going to make a burger on a flat top? Or are you going to put the burger on the grill? Are you going to serve appetizers? Are you going to have things fried? Are you not going to have things fried? What is kind of restaurant are you going to be? Are you going to be a seafood restaurant that offers a few non-seafood versions for people that come that don't, like my wife, who can't eat shellfish because she's
Yeah, I
allergic?
can't either. I
Are you
can't
going
do
to
it.
understand that you can't cook your fish, your shrimp, in the same grease that you cook your chicken tenders and your fries?
Right.
Are you going to understand that you cannot, that if you put shellfish on your flat top or on your grill, that you're going to have to go and clean it, or have an area on there that is only used for shellfish? If not, and you can't guarantee that you don't have cross contamination of something being cooked where shellfish is, then that's a whole set of customers that you're going to lose, because they're not going to risk their health to come into your restaurant and hope that their shellfish allergy won't kick in because you don't understand. So just don't offer shellfish. But then that's a whole set of people that you ain't gonna have in there. So let's not do a seafood restaurant. So are you gonna do a theme restaurant? Is it gonna be Italian? If the only Italian you know is Olive Garden, don't open an Italian restaurant. I open the McDonald's. That's a franchise. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. That'll come in later with the customer service. We'll get to that. Are you hearing what I'm saying? These are just the things you need to talk out with yourself, because you need to make a proposal. And in that proposal, you're going to need to know when the restaurant is going to open, if you're going to be open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Are you going to close on holidays? Are you going to close early? Where are you located? Are you located in a place that has a lot of different weather issues? That during the winter, people get snowed in. That includes your servers and your cooks. Y'all see what I'm saying? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it
So
still crackling?
a little bit, but that's okay. Because baby
Okay.
walked out and
That's
I couldn't tell whether I could be heard because it got
yeah.
very
I was trying to move this light a little bit, but child, I'm having a hard time over here. So
baby.
I had put my mic on. Huh?
Hold on, let me. I'm trying to look. I had to look at the chat in a minute. Let me look
Okay.
at her. Look at her. Okay, so nobody said that. All right. So this is what I'm telling y'all. No, she said she would have said that. Was you saying something?
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was just saying because this light is giving me a hard time tonight, y'all.
What like?
I had the little light in my face, but
Oh,
to show.
Don't light it up. Or don't light. See, you need to get you some more
Well,
avatars to go over your seat. If on them days you gotta have different, take
yes,
different pictures and stuff, and then just pull them up so you can just whatever mood you in. That's a picture you stick up there. I just put her on.
yes.
I just put her on here because that's this is restaurant Lisa. You see this one?
Okay, yeah.
Pink hair Lisa. That's restaurant Lisa. That's back when I was prime restaurant.
See, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to. I don't know how to do all that stuff, Lisa. And I hate this C up here talking, but
Well,
yeah.
no, it's just a little. You push a little thing. I don't know how you
Hmm.
do it. It's just I don't on our stream yard. You push a little plus when it asks you for avatar, and then you can just download whatever you want to. Just hit the plus sign and add whatever pictures you want, and then use that as your avatar.
Mm.
Um,
I will. I will one of these days. But that's why I had tried to come on.
I mean, you can put your little pretty face back up there too. Either one, I was.
Well, no, because that light is shining in my eye, and I had put the lamp back over there on the nightstand when I thought you wasn't coming on.
Oh, because
Yeah, and I
I
didn't
put
know
the,
how long you. I
oh,
didn't
go
know how
ahead.
long you was gonna be on, so that's why I didn't go back and get it. Because I didn't know how
Gotcha.
much I had missed you already.
I ain't been on
So
that.
okay.
I when I'm talking like this, because I'm talking with my hands and I'm not
Mhm.
paying. I put an avatar on because I my phone is hanging on my shirt right now.
Okay. Okay.
So me trying to hold it so I can be in the camera, and I'm just not. I'm just not. I'm not sitting like if I was sitting at the computer, that'd be different.
Yeah.
But when I'm
Yeah.
on my phone, I use my avatar. But
Okay.
but you understand, you see all the things I'm telling you, and that's just the beginning. All the stuff I said is just the beginning.
Hmm.
Now you got your restaurant. You've decided on the theme. You've decided on the menu. You now have the restaurant. Now we got to open the restaurant. So now you got to hire your front of the house and your back of the house and your management. I, for the life of me, let me tell you the first thing, and this covers customer service as a whole, not just restaurants, but customer service as a whole. Not restaurant managers kill businesses. Managers kill businesses because the reason that people don't quit because they work at Walmart. That's not why people quit.
Mm. Right.
People don't quit because Walmart pays for shit. Pay shit. Most places don't pay shit. People quit because managers get into positions and don't know how to manage. They don't know how to
Hmm.
talk to people. They don't know how to treat people. Managers kill businesses. So the first thing you do is you got to get a good staff to run your restaurant because you're the owner. Now you can be the owner, the GM, the COO, the cook, and all that stuff, depending upon your restaurant, the size. If you a food truck, you don't need all that. You need you and somebody to put your food out the window. If you are a little carry out,
Hmm.
you need somebody on the front to answer the phone and take the money
Right.
and deal with the people walking in, and you need the people in the kitchen.
Hmm.
If you are going to run a full service restaurant that is open from 11 o'clock a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m., Monday through Thursday, 11 o'clock a.m., 12 o'clock a.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 o'clock a.m., 10 o'clock p.m. on Sunday, you need a management staff. Because other than that, you're going to be there 7 days a week, sometimes 20 hours a day.
Right.
And what's the point of having a restaurant? What's the point of making money if ain't going nowhere?
Hmm.
You got the money, yay. Your wife don't see you. Your kids don't see you. Your friends don't see you. Your mama don't see you. Only thing see you is the bank and the bed, which is cool. But what is your
No,
quality of life? But what is your quality of life?
that's not cool, Lisa.
If that's you, there are some people that thrive on just working.
Oh.
You ain't got no kids. You ain't got no spouse. You ain't got nobody. Hell, when I first started
Oh,
waiting tables,
oh, if
when
you
I
ain't
first
got
started,
nobody.
when I first, well, I mean, I still had a life because I still went out, but I was young. When I first started waiting tables.
Hmm.
I would come in the restaurant at 9 o'clock in the morning, and some days I wouldn't leave till 12 the next morning.
Right.
Some days I would before I turned the 3 months before I turned 25
Hmm.
in the same restaurant. I
Hmm.
worked from on Christmas Eve. I worked Christmas Eve. We were open Christmas Day and I was supposed to work. But on Christmas Eve, I had so many hours, they told me not to come in on Christmas Day. So I was
Hmm.
off Christmas Day.
Hmm.
I went back to work December 26th. So from December 26th to March 13th, I worked 7 days a week.
Oh.
I had no off day. Sometimes I would work from 9 o'clock in the morning because I was open. I understand this is what I did in this restaurant. I opened, I trained, I closed lunch, I closed dinner.
Hmm.
This was at the time when you were still smoking inside the restaurants.
Right.
I always had the smoking section in the restaurant was in the back of the restaurant. I had 8 tables. I either had 8 tables, the entire restaurant, or the entire bar. That's what I did. So
Oh.
when I was young, I every day, 7 days a week. They would send me home on Sunday, but they wouldn't send me home till Sunday night because we had brunch on Saturday on Sundays during the day. So by the time Sunday night rolled around, dinner time, they were like, "You
Hmm.
got too many hours. You got to go home." Bitch, I'll make 2 13 hours. You now you're paying me $4 an hour. Ooh, I would have checks. I would have server checks. If anybody's a server, they understand. I would have $200 and $300 server checks because of my overtime, because it's just the amount of hours that I work. Because the reality is that they still have to pay you. They still have to grade it like you're making minimum wage, even when you're a server. Even you see what I'm saying? They have to figure. So some kind of way, I was still making paychecks. I shouldn't have been making paychecks. My paycheck should have been 3 cents. So now you run a full service casual dining restaurant. I'm gonna go with that. Full service casual dining. So if anybody understands what I'm talking about, a full service casual dining restaurant is Chili's, Applebee's. That's a full service casual dining restaurant.
Okay.
Places like um, watch what they got on, and you can tell whether or not it's a casual dining or more fine dining. If they lean more toward fine, because you have absolute fine dining to where they don't take walk-ins. You have to have reservations and da 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 to have restaurants that lean toward fine dining. And you have casual full service. Full service means that you sit down and you have a server, and they take care of you from the time you sit to the time you leave. So
Hmm.
you decided to do a casual dining, full service restaurant that is open 7 days a week, closed on holidays. You're closed on, and the only holidays you're closed on are Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
That's it. You open on Easter Sunday, even though don't nobody go to eat. I don't understand why restaurants don't go with when people go out to eat and when they don't.
Hmm.
People have dinner with their families for Easter. Close your restaurant so that your servers can be with their families on Easter.
Yeah.
People are drunk New Year's Day. Don't open your restaurant on New Year's Day. Every
You know
time
that.
I have worked in restaurants since 1985, and the one day of the year that you barely make enough to 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 flush a toilet is New Year's Day. Everybody is sitting in the house watching football, recovering from whatever the hell they did that night before.
Do you think it's different nowadays, though?
No,
No.
what do you do now? Well, you know how old we are. Now I know what
Right.
I used to do on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't do shit New Year's Day.
Hmm.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you how to drive. I wouldn't have been able to look at him. Look at him. Boy, look at him.
I usually would be working though.
Matter
That's
of fact, the one time I did work on New Year's Day,
hmm.
after I had a really, really rough New Year's Eve,
Hmm.
I was working at a pet store, and we opened on New Year's Eve. I don't know why the fuck that opened on New Year's Eve. We had like 3 people coming there. My manager was my roommate, so we got away with a lot of shit.
Mm.
I'm still high, drunk. I'm so fucked up in this damn pet store that there was a little area between the crickets that we sold for like the lizards and stuff
Hmm.
and the reptiles. There was a little space where I don't know why we put a folded chair there, but folded chair there.
Hmm.
Nobody was in the thing. I didn't have nothing to do, so I sat there. I sat down while I was just waiting for somebody to come in. I
Hmm.
fell asleep. I woke up trying to figure out why the air stank. I'm sitting next to the cricket thing with my head laying on the reptile and no, don't open your restaurant on New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day. Stop doing that. Let your people stay. Let your people first of all recover from New Year's Eve in your restaurant
Yeah.
because your servers had went through hell in your restaurant. Let them recover.
And they
Okay.
had started making us, in order to get holiday pay, you had to work the holiday and the day before or the day after.
Well, yeah, because people would take off.
Yeah. So a lot of
But
times I would always, just let them pick a day. But for New Year's, I never was one that liked to really go out in the streets.
no,
Like Halloween and New Year's, I don't want to be out there.
I ain't gonna lie. I was yeah. That time I went to sleep in the pet store. We went to a bar. We just
Mhm.
went to a bar. Went to It wasn't even a
Yeah.
lot of people there. It wasn't even a lot of people. It was my roommate, his boyfriend, and me. And we were just drinking. We was just yeah. I don't know why we was doing that.
I mean,
I
I
feel
have been
you.
out on New Year's, but our New Year's in Buffalo is usually like cold and icy, and
Well,
it
that's
just
we go
never.
to somebody's house because most New Year's I was working. Even New Year's Eve I was working. But every restaurant I worked in, after a certain time, everybody in the restaurant was drunk.
Yep.
Nobody
Hmm.
complained. Nobody said nothing. My roommate, I got off. I worked New Year's early. I worked early that day, New Year's Eve. I worked lunch. I said, I'm not
Hmm.
working. I don't want to be in here. These folks get on my goddamn nerve. So my roommate, however, wanted to work. She was bartending that night. So I go back to get her. Everybody in there drunk. She has dropped, she has dropped a tray of drinks on this man leather coat. Her and the man sitting over there laughing about it.
Jesus.
Okay. Kitchen drunk. Folks out there don't care. They don't care. But
Mhm.
that's just restaurant life. Restaurant dealing with people in restaurants. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If I was prone to addiction, working in restaurants would have made me a crackhead.
Yeah.
But back to the whole customer service thing. This
Hmm.
is see, I don't think that people who get restaurants, especially these boutique restaurants, these Instagram restaurants, to where
Hmm.
you make these pretty pictures of food,
Yeah.
I don't think they understand that pictures are not going to keep your restaurant open.
Mm-mm.
And the other problem that they were talking about in Atlanta was customer service.
Mhm.
So let's go to customer service. Let's go there. Stop berating your customer service. Stop fucking with your cashier. She don't make the prices.
Mhm.
Your cashier don't make the prices. I say she don't make the prices. They don't make the rules and regulations. The cashier, the person that you see right there, the cashier, the girl at the front, when you go pick your food up,
Mhm.
she don't make the food. She don't make the prices in the menu. She don't make the rules and the regulations.
Mhm.
The cashiers at Walmart and at your local grocery store, they don't make the rules. They don't make the prices.
Right.
Stop going in there wanting to fight them people for doing their job. Stop going in there with an attitude because they're doing their job. Customer service workers, not managers, not owners, not anything else. Your workers, the people that are dealing with your sorry ass, do not make any rules. They don't make any regulations. They have no power. They don't put prices down. They don't cook. All they do is say, "Hey, how you doing? What can I get for you?
Right.
Hey, you here to pick up an order? What's your name?" I know. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna get on that too. I just started with that. I just started with that. Now, depending upon where you go, now hear me out. Depending upon where you go, depending upon the atmosphere of the restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
how you talk to a customer is how you talk to an employee, how the employee gonna talk to you. Now, some of us were brought up on the customer's always right. I was.
Mm-hmm.
However, as time went on, I realized that was a lie. Especially in restaurants. The customer can't always be right in a restaurant. Hell, the customer can't always be right anywhere because the reality is that it doesn't make any sense. I watch TikTok, and if y'all go watch TikTok, watch the different scenarios that cashiers and bartenders and servers and that they go through, and they're telling you the story of what different customers that they've been presented with.
Yes.
And it boggles my mind the stuff that people allow customers to the things that managers allow customers to do to employees. The things they allow them to say, how they allow to treat them. It boggles my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
if an employee speaks up, if an employee is not going to have it, then that employee is in trouble. Not the person that just came in there cussing this girl out because instead of the flour being $1.99, it was $1.90. It was $2.
Mm-hmm.
So stop going into places berating. If this person ain't saying nothing outside of their neck to you, don't go in there outside of your neck. Cause it's 2023 and these young people is not playing with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no me there that knows how to talk an ignorant customer down because that's an ignorant customer. I had a customer when I worked. I think I told this story, but I'm gonna to get you to understand the level of ignorance that customers come into places with. Sometimes I had a customer, wasn't even my customer. I was running food.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings. And we serve, and as anybody knows, the wings come with either a side of ranch, blue cheese, celery, carrots.
Mm-hmm.
And I delivered the food. I don't know. I was feeling rather frisk. I was feeling very fluffy today. I was being nice to everybody. I was smiling, and that's not me. I don't just smile, just sit around and smiling for no reason because I think you look crazy when you do that shit. But I digress.
That's not nice, Lisa, because I smile all the time.
If you sitting there smiling when ain't nobody around, you just let me ask you a question, Crystal. The next time you think about what you just said, I want you to think about sitting in your house. Nobody around, ain't nothing funny going on. You ain't looking at nothing funny. I want you to get a mirror and then look at yourself just sitting there smiling at nothing and tell me what that look like.
Lisa, I do it all the time. Ain't that
Stop it.
crazy?
It's crazy. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Mama. Anyway, but this is a person thing. I don't do it. I don't do it. I used to have managers tell me all the time, why you ain't smiling? Bitch, I ain't got no customers. What I'm smiling for? I'm happy to be here. The hell wrong with you? Oh, this mouth been tangy. Now I understand. After that time in restaurants, when old girl started cashiering, shit. Uh-uh.
They call me Smiley at work because that's all I
Restaurant
do is smile.
restaurants beat that shit out of me.
Yeah,
The
I
customers
worked
that
at a
come in
church
restaurants,
restaurant.
huh?
I said I worked at our church restaurant when I was in the church, and yeah,
The
it's
customers that come in them,
bad.
the customers that come in restaurants, they beat that whole smiley shit out of me. They whoop my ass. They whoop that out of that. What you see now is a product of restaurant. The person that you see talking, that you hear talking to you right now, because I have seen people from all walks of life, from every
Mhm.
end of this world, not from every end of this entire world, not just this nation, not just the state I'm in. I used to be a bartender on an enlisted club, so I've had people from around the world.
Okay.
I used to be a cashier at the commissary on base around the world,
Mhm.
anywhere from a brand new recruit to a 5-star general. I'm waiting on them all.
Mhm.
Now, back to what I was saying. I digress. Maybe was trying to figure out why people say that. Because you get off, you got to come back. I'm coming back. So, uh, so I go in the kitchen. They said, "Hey, can you run this?" I say, "Sure, I'm running." And I go to the table. There's two women. I can't tell you for the life of me what them women look like. I can't tell you. All I can tell you was they white. That's it.
Mhm.
I can't tell you whether they tall or short. I can't tell you whether they had curly hair or straight hair, long hair, short hair, glasses. I can't tell you shit about them. Other than it was two women sitting at the bar stools waiting for food. That's all I can tell you. That's all I know.
Mhm.
So I go drop the food off and I put it on the table. I put the uh because the wings come at the time, the wings came in paper boats
Oh yeah.
with the, you know what I'm saying? That's what they
Mhm.
came in. And the celery and the carrots came in a smaller boat. It was the wings, then the celery and carrots, and then the ranch and blue cheese. So this is how I put it down. I said, "Hey y'all," I said, whatever the wing flavor was. So they told me, one lady told me this. I said, I sat it down and I sat down the smaller things first because of the way they were in my hand. So I
Mhm.
sat down, I said, the healthy, the celery and the carrots. And then I said honey mustard, and then I said the not so healthy. That's how I said it. That's exactly how I said it.
Right.
That's all I said. I said, "You ladies need anything else? You need any more napkins? Y'all good? Y'all got refills?" Because at the time, I was at the front. I was hostess, cashier. I was running the front. I wasn't serving that day.
Okay.
So I said, "Y'all need anything else before I go?" Because it's that meal time when it's not busy in the restaurant. So
Mhm.
you got like one server, one person up front, a couple people in the kitchen. You know what I mean? That time of the day
Mhm.
at like 2 or 3 o'clock. So they said, "No, we're good. We got everything we need." I said, "Okay, you ladies enjoy." And I walked off. That was my thing. I say certain things. I say it all the time and I don't say anything else. I said, "All right, you ladies enjoy, you gentlemen enjoy." And I walk off.
Mhm.
What I say? I'm through with you. If I walk by and I see you need some napkins, I drop them off. If I walk by and I see your drink is empty, I bring you another one. I mean, I don't have to be asked to do anything.
Yeah.
So you don't have to ask me for that. If I walk by and I see it, if I see a server in the weeds, I'm gonna make sure that that table take care. That's just how you do. It's customer service. That's what I am. That's why I teach it. That's why I live it. If I got you.
Mhm.
So later on in the day, this is the stupidity of customers. So I want to ask you, Crystal, because me and you are not the opposite sides. We the yin and the yang. Did I say
Right.
anything the healthy, the not so healthy? That's just how I said it. And I did the
Mhm.
little, how you do the little bang bang with your fingers. That's what it looked like I should have been doing. Bang bang.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ladies enjoy it. That's what I said. Did I say anything in that particular interaction that would have hurt your feelings?
No, not at
Did I
all.
say anything? And I said exactly what I said. Did I say anything that sounded like I was picking on you?
No. Sound like you was
Did,
trying to put a smile on my face.
did I
Like I
say anything that feel like I was bullying you?
no.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy because later on, my manager come up to me.
Mhm.
He like, "I gotta tell you something, and I don't know how you gonna react." I said, "Sir," uh, I said, "I know, I mean," because he was trying to be funny. I said, "What? What I do? What the hell did I do now?" That's what I said. I said, "What the hell did I do? Who
Mhm.
who I pissed off?" I mean, because make no mistake about it. I'm not gonna let you come in there and talk to me, okay? It's never
Mhm.
ever gonna happen. But I was this particular day, I was customer service. I was above and beyond customer service. I was a customer service fairy. I was a customer service genie. That's
Right.
how good I was a customer service angel. That's how good that day was. It was a slow day. I wasn't busy and I was doing stuff to get busy so that this day could end. And I was just everywhere, making sure everybody was taken care of. So this particular day, I was doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
So he was like, I had a customer call back. I had a customer say that you hurt her feelings, that you offended her.
Mm.
I said, huh? He said, yeah. I said, what? He said, yeah, you said something about healthy and not so healthy. I said, yeah. I said, I didn't say anything about healthy. I didn't say it like that.
Right.
I dropped their
Right.
food off. I was making I told him just like I told y'all just now.
Make
I
it
put the
conversation.
celery in. I said I put the celery and the carrots down first, and I said, "Ooh, the healthy." And then I said I put the wings down. I said, "Ooh, they're not so healthy." I said, "That's what I said." He said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Now that makes sense." He said the lady called back saying that she had weight loss surgery and I had offended her.
Oh my God.
This is what customer service. This is what waiters, waitresses, bartenders, cocktail waitresses, cashiers. This is what they have to deal with. This is
How
the
was you
level of
supposed
stupidity in people. Now, I don't know what world she thought, I don't know what ESP world she thought she was in to where I could read her mind and knew that at some
right?
point she had weight loss surgery. Now that I look back, I remember saying something about her being ugly. So she probably should have just left me alone. I said her ugly ass needed face surgery. I remember saying something about that. So I don't remember what she looked like, but I'm assuming she was ugly, or I just could have been being petty. I don't know.
Lisa.
So I guess she called back and they thought I guess thought I was gonna be in trouble. I said, look here, I didn't say nothing to that lady and I don't give a fuck. How would I know? And that's when I said, how the hell would I know that she had weight
Right.
loss surgery? I
Right.
People don't really talk. I mean, even friends and us, we don't talk about that shit.
Hmm.
People would rather be a crackhead than tell you they had weight loss surgery. They
Yeah,
would rather for
that's
you
true.
to assume that they on drugs than to tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yep.
how the hell I know that she had weight? She not my friend. So this is the level of stupid that people have to deal with.
Hmm.
Between I'm a waitress and it's prom time. I am 27. I want to say I'm 27 at the time. I go to a table of six, three couples, and I had to stand between just a guy and a girl because that's the way they were sitting. I didn't know whether or not I was standing between a couple or whatever. Y'all know what color my eyes are. They my eyes.
Hmm.
I can't do nothing about that. And at 55, 56, however old I am, I can't even see out of it. So I had a table of six, prom night. They already don't tip. Kids don't tip. That's
Right.
that's that's already. So already I know that I have these six children and are not going to tip me. Now, if I can just get through the night with them being okay and chilling, I'll be fine. So I go to the table. I say, hey guys, y'all look good. You know, being me.
Yeah.
And the young man to my left goes, oh, you got some pretty eyes. I'm old enough. I feel like I'm old enough to be his mama. I damn sure know I'm not old enough to. I'm like, oh, thank you, baby. That's just what I said in the South.
Mhm.
What the hell you think I'm gonna say?
Right.
Thank you, baby. The little girl to my right, I didn't know I was in between the couple. How the hell would I know? And I guess I would have been in between a couple wherever I stood anyway. That little girl, she muttered something under her breath, and then she started making the noises. And I'm like, now I know good and damn well. I'm not about to deal with 3 or 4 hours of these little hard ass. And look, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I turned to the little girl. I said, babe, what can I get for you? Uh-uh. before you raise your voice to a level that's going to make me forget that I'm 20 some years old, what can I get for you?
Right.
You already ain't gonna tip. So ain't no point in me sitting up there trying to butter them up.
Mm-hmm.
They won't go tip. If I got a dollar from just one of them, I'd have been like, I made it.
Right.
But this is what servers have to go through regularly. And they don't have to go through it once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go through it constantly. Restaurants, customers start coming in at 11 o'clock. And some days customers are there from 11 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with people having a bad day at work, their kids messing up, their husband cheating on them, their girlfriend talking crazy, their mama done said something, they can't find a job, they too important, they not important enough. You have to deal with their attitudes, their mood swings, and you have to do it with a smile. You have to do it with a smile because if you don't, you're scared that your job is going to let you go. Do you understand how many people suck it up because it's a
Mm-hmm.
job? But
Yep.
they're abused. You are abused by customers, by
Mm-hmm.
people. You are abused by people that come in there and you want them to serve you and bring you the shit that you put in your mouth. That's what boggles my mind. You want to come into a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
act a fool to the people who
Mm-hmm.
are making the food and delivering it to your mouth.
Right. That can sit in the back and watch their cameras and watch you eat whatever they done dropped on the floor and kicked
Now,
and
I'm
put
not
on your
that
plate.
person. I'm not a spit
Right.
person. I don't do bodily fluids because if I ever catch a whiff
No,
of
I
somebody,
said kick,
I
kick
will.
on the floor.
I don't do that either. I don't.
Yeah.
Now I've known cooks that do it.
Yeah.
I've known cooks that have dropped shit on the floor, shook it off, put it back on the grill, and said the grill will kill it. And technically, they're correct.
Yeah.
But the health department frowns upon you putting floor food out.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna sit up there and tell you I haven't served one steak because I have served them at least one steak with floor seasoning. But uh, I sure did. But he asked for that shit. He asked for that. But that's another story.
Yeah. My niece used to
But
work at Taco Bell,
mm,
and she said that they would sometimes take the tacos and
mhm.
sling them through the air to the next person rather than walking down there, bringing the shell. They'll
long as
just
it don't
swing them. And I'm
Long
like,
as don't
what?
fall on the floor, shit. Long as don't fall on the floor. Let me
No,
tell you
she said
something.
they fall on the floor. They pick it up, laugh, and keep on going. I said, girl. She's like,
Restaurants are
honestly,
not set up for employees.
yeah.
Restaurants are set up for customers. It's not. Restaurants are not set up for employees. You have small
Mm-hmm.
kitchens. You have people working too
Yep.
close. You have. They're not.
Yeah.
And it's just I can't explain to you how bad managers are on people that work in restaurants.
Yeah.
Restaurant servers do not quit because of y'all. Do not quit because of customers. They do not quit because of tips. They do not quit because of other servers.
Mm-hmm.
Servers, people that work in restaurants quit because of managers.
Mm-hmm.
Customer service starts with managers because if I got a manager that I want to make sure he's still there, I'm gonna make sure I'm taking care of everything. I'm gonna make sure can't nobody say shit to me. Not a customer, not a cook, not a DoorDash, not nobody. Because I want to make sure this manager comes back tomorrow.
Right.
Because this manager takes care of me and I'm gonna take care of him. I had a couple of them. Now I've had managers I ain't give a shit what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
As long as what was going on didn't affect my tips, you can do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna help you. I've had managers that I didn't give a shit. I've cussed out. I cuss out managers. I don't cuss out customers. If a
Mm-hmm.
customer got on my nerves, I would go in the back and walk in, scream and cuss for about 2 seconds, come back out, take care of them, go back in and cuss again. Manager how? I'll lot of manager ass up in a minute because they are disrespectful, they're rude, and most of them are not good at their jobs. And I'm going to tell you why. Because restaurants are stupid. Instead of hiring experienced managers for their stores, they'll hire somebody with manager in their title, with manager in their resume.
Yeah.
The dude that was a manager at Winn-Dixie and Kroger cannot be the manager at Buffalo Wild Wings and Applebee's. Them are two
Right.
different jobs.
Sure is.
A manager who has never worked in the actual industry should not be a manager in a restaurant. If you have never been a server, if you've never worked below manager in a restaurant, you shouldn't be a manager in a restaurant. And I say, and you can say again, not arguing. It's another thing I'm not arguing about.
Mm-hmm.
Because the worst decisions by management are made by managers who've never been in the store that they're working in,
Mm-hmm.
who have never flipped a burger, who have never dropped off a plate, who have never expedited anything. The worst decisions are made by management who have never worked and actually been an employee that wasn't management.
Right.
Customer service starts from managers because you know where to put your employees. If you're a good manager, you cultivate employees because you know that when you're not there, that employee is going to act like you are.
Mm-hmm.
My GM at Applebee's knew that even though he wasn't there, I still was going to run it like he was. Because when I need some shit to go down, he make it go down. He was a GM. He wasn't just a manager. He was a GM.
Mm-hmm.
He cussed me out. I cuss him out, and we keep going. When the owners for our restaurant, it was Applebee's. When the owners would come in, I waited on the owners.
Mm-hmm.
When the people that the owners were working with to open up other restaurants came in, I waited on them. I wasn't the manager, but if he had to leave out the store and another manager wasn't in the thing, I ran the store.
Right.
Managers, customer service starts from management. And if you do not have customer service managers that have actually worked in the industry that they're in, then you are going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're a badass designer and you have 3 clothing stores. You cannot run a restaurant.
Right.
Because the customer service for somebody selling a dress and the customer service for somebody serving a food or a drink is 2 different things.
Mm-hmm.
Places like Old Lady Gang and the Real Milk and Honey are what I would call boutique restaurants
Mm-hmm.
because they're not. I don't know about the Real Milk and Honey. I know that can't because I remember you watching it when Candy was going through the whole situation of getting the restaurant Old Lady Gang for her mom and them. Because they like to cook and to give their mama something to do.
Right.
I'm Candy. I'm gonna open a restaurant for my mama. My mama cook. I am not gonna. If I'm opening for something for my mama to have as a business, I'm not gonna put my mama in a music store and then I'm gonna get my mama a restaurant. So that's what Candy did. Now here's the thing: I don't think she understood the undertaking of doing so
Mm-hmm.
because the Old Lady Gang don't really go look at the reviews on the Old Lady Gang, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
It stays open because there are enough people in Atlanta, whether it's bad or good, want to go because it's Candy Burris' restaurant. Understand that a name can carry,
Yeah.
but eventually it will close because eventually people won't care about whether or not them Candy Mama and them aunts. If the customer service and the way they do things don't get better. You telling somebody you don't take orders on the weekends because it's busy, that's because you have set up a climate of it being busy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't take care of your customers, because you don't have enough time management, because you don't understand, because you haven't figured out a way to make these recipes suitable for a restaurant. Every recipe is not for a restaurant.
That's right.
You have not made it conducive so that when somebody comes and sits down, they don't have to wait an hour and a half for their food. I'm not talking about an hour and a half wait to sit down. I'm talking about you sitting your ass in a seat and you wait an hour and a half for food. What are you cooking, sir? Are you going out and killing the chickens and
Right.
plucking the chickens? And then you gotta kill, you know what I'm saying? Are
Right.
you growing the food in the back in the last hours when it in its peak? What? No, no. 30
And then,
minutes. Let's
then
go.
don't
20
they have their
minutes.
stuff set up like where they can just go in there and get your food that you want and put it on your tray and give it to you at the end of the thing?
No, well, here's the thing. When you're cooking certain things, it depends upon. We didn't get a chance to eat an old lady game. We went, we sat out, we tried to wait it out. No.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I don't do. And baby get mad at me because I have my face be balled up. I'm not gonna wait to eat no restaurant because it's always a restaurant ain't got a line. I don't give a damn
Uh-huh.
what night it is. I'm not gonna sit up there and wait no hour and a half for no microwave shit. No, I'm not gonna do it. And baby
I
has
know
made
that's
me
right.
and baby has made me wait. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because baby likes Olive Garden. I can only give or take Olive Garden. And sometimes I want Olive Garden just because I want the breadsticks and Alfredo sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you just need breadsticks, and they got a good wine drink that's busting. It's busting.
Mm-hmm.
But for food, no, I can give or take. I can never walk back in to Olive Garden. We went
Mm-hmm.
to Olive Garden. They said it's gonna be an hour and a half wait. I said for what? Bitch, I would go home
Mm-hmm.
and make some Alfredo. I wish the hell I might, but baby wanted Olive Garden. So I sat there and wait, with my face balled up. I don't wait on no food. I worked in
Mm-hmm.
restaurants. I would never on my own. She don't send me to the door to ask for the wait because I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna tell her the wait is 3 hours. Wait, wait to be 15 minutes. I'm not waiting 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Not when I can get a hamburger down the street. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, because
That's
when
because
it's
you
time
don't.
to eat.
And I think restaurants and I worked in them and they don't understand what they're doing when they overtax the kitchen and their servers and the people in the front. They don't understand that sometimes you got to stop seating people. Sometimes you have to say no. We're not on a wait. We're not on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to say no. And that hour that you take to where you're not seating anybody and you're not taking any reservations and you're not putting anybody on a list, that hour that you take, it will repay you immediately. Because
Mm-hmm.
then the kitchen can get the food out in a timely manner. The servers can take care of the tables.
That
When
makes
you just
sense.
when you just bombarding the kitchen, the servers, the servers, the kitchen, the kitchen, the servers, the servers. We did the Mayweather fight, the last Mayweather fight. Buffalo Wild Wings had partnered with the UFC, and we had the Mayweather fight. Mayweather Manny Pacquiao. I worked that day. I worked that whole baby. I was supposed to be gone out that bitch at 5 o'clock before the fight started. They asked me, "Would you please close? Would you please close?" I would close your face. I'm not gonna be in here. And for whatever reason, I called my wife and I said, "Baby, I don't know what the fuck time I'm gonna get home."
Mm-hmm.
Because I said yes. I don't know why I said yes. I can't begin to tell you. They was messing my reputation of evil because I said yes. So I stayed because I didn't get out of that bitch till 2, 3 o'clock. I had been there since I want to say 10. I want to say at minutes it's like 10:30. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I got out of there. And I had
Mm-hmm.
been moving all day because I think it was a Saturday. They would not stop the people from coming in. They would not stop the people from ordering online. They would not stop the people from DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
They would not put a pause on it. They just kept coming and kept coming. The kitchen couldn't keep up with it. The food was coming out late. The food was coming out raw. The food was coming out cold. Nowhere to sit. You got people trying to sit on my desk and leave that dirty ass wing. You know that used to be in your mouth. The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And it got so bad that one of the servers, she had, I want to say she didn't have but 3 tables because they set it up. She had like 3 tables, a booth, a 4 top,
Oh.
and 2 4 tops. She had a booth and 2 4 tops.
Mm-mm.
But and she was just overwhelmed with only 3 tables because it was just ridiculous. Because people were everywhere. Because people were ordering from servers. People were ordering from the bar. People were standing around. And this was because instead of the restaurant going, we are capped out. Nobody else can come in here.
Right.
There's not a table to sit at, there's not a bar stool, if there's not a seat for your butt,
Mm-hmm.
and we couldn't do outside because if we did outside, we couldn't charge the $20.
Okay.
Couldn't put the game outside because people can sit on the other side and not come in the restaurant at all and watch the fight. So the patio was closed. So instead of them capping the restaurant out, they let it get packed to capacity, past capacity. Which caller had to come? The fire department came, and eventually they locked the doors. But by the time they locked the doors, it was too late. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and somebody had their 7 or 8 year old child in the line asking me why they can't order no food. And before I knew it, I asked, I said, "Why are you in this restaurant with your baby at 1 o'clock in the morning?"
Oh. Jeez.
I was tired. I was tired. I had been in that restaurant since 10:30. You coming here
Right.
in my face and your child sitting up here, carry your ass home. You're not getting shit. I didn't say that part. I didn't say you're not getting shit part. I wanted to though. I thought about it. But when you say something smart, sometimes now 90% of the time I catch myself. But there's a 10% window there when I'm tired, or you just say something so immaculately stupid that I can't stop myself. Please get out my face.
Jesus,
Somebody
Lisa.
sitting over there, somebody came over there and they were like, "Can I sit here on the desk?" Right? Don't put your ass where people put their food. That's what I said. Why do I have to tell you that? Why do I have to tell you not to sit your ass crack to where I put people's food? Don't worry. For everybody who think I'm on 100% on the service side, I'm not. Like I said, I'm a customer service trainer.
Right.
I'm going to get to them. Trust that.
Mm.
But right now, I'm going to sum up the service side right now. If you don't know anything about working in restaurants, don't open a restaurant. Stop going to restaurants because you saw a pretty picture on Instagram and you get pissed off when you go in there and the food tastes like trash, or you can't get set, or you can't get to go. If you go into a restaurant and they got ridiculous rules and regulations, understand their food is going to be trash.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't go to a restaurant because it got a pretty wall for you to take a pretty Instagram picture. You better go in there and take the picture and carry your ass down there to that taqueria to serve them tacos to make you want to smack your mama.
Mm-hmm. Or just go home
Stop.
and cook.
Huh?
I said, or just go home and cook.
True that. Stop harassing, attacking, berating customer service workers.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. Stop talking about you ain't gonna tip. Don't carry your ass to a restaurant that got tips. I don't care what nobody say. It is 2023. When they abolish tipping, then I will shut the hell up. Until then, if you know that the establishment that you're going in, you need to tip your server, your bartender, whatever, tip them. If not, carry your ass somebody else. If you don't tip, understand that the next time you come in there, we're going to treat you like you don't tip. Ask yourself why you get ass service after the second time, because we give you twice.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to a restaurant on a regular basis, we give you 2 times. That first time, like somebody said, like Keith Lee said, we don't know what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going on with you. We don't know what you had going on that day. So you don't tip the first time, cool. It could be anything. You don't tip the second time, I'm side eyeing you, but I'm still gonna do my customer service jam because that's who I am. That
Right.
third time, and you're in there laughing and joking about how you love the service and how you keep coming back here for me. ask
But I ain't gonna.
yourself, ask yourself why you get ass service after the second and third time you go into the same restaurant with your no tipping ass. That is why we remember people that don't tip.
Yeah, I had one time that I went into the restaurant and I didn't tip, and that was because of the way that the young lady had treated us. And
And
when
that
I
is
was going
acceptable.
right, and when I was going out the door, because my whole thing is I'm gonna get you back. Okay, I'm gonna get you back. That's a bad habit of mine. If you bother me or hurt me, I'm gonna get you back.
Well, you got it back
So
without tipping. You not tipping got it back was the get back.
yeah, but I served her one better because towards the end, I guess she thought about it. She might not get a tip. So I told everybody, y'all go on out the door. I said, I'm gonna give her a tip. She came back to the table. She had a smile on her face, waiting on her tip, I guess. And I turned to her and I said, what you waiting on? And she said, oh, it's a lot of, we getting ready to have a big party. And if you was going to leave a tip, I wasn't going to leave it on the table. I said, that's right. I forgot to give you your tip. I said, here it is. Look both ways before crossing the street, bitch.
And
And
the
I
next
walked
time
out
you
the
brought
door.
your ass in that motherfucking restaurant, you would have been pissed off because they
I
would have
don't
said
go
media
back.
tape. Because they would have said media tape.
I don't go back.
They
But
would have
that's
said
what I
me.
told her.
The next time you came in there, the next time you came in the restaurant, next time you came in the Applebee's, Old Charlie's, or
Mhm.
Buffalo Wild Wings, and you did a server like that, they would have sent me your tape. They would have
I
told
sure
me.
did.
They
And I
would have
went out
told
to the
me what you
car and told
said.
my
And now
family
let me
them I
ask you a
gave her a
question,
nice
Crystal.
tip.
Now let me ask you a question, Crystal. I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to be honest. Because
Yes.
looking back, you can be honest. You said
Yes.
whatever she did. Now I don't know what she did. Cool.
She was just nasty. She
The
was
whole time,
snappy.
y'all didn't do nothing. Did nobody you was sitting with do nothing?
You know what we did? We complained to ourselves. And
Okay,
of
but what
course,
I'm asking you is, what I'm asking you,
they were all looking over what she was doing.
what
We all trying to look over it.
here's my
Huh?
thing. Here's my thing. This is just a tip. If you go into a restaurant and
Mm-hmm.
you don't like how your server is acting, don't wait
Yeah.
to the end. Don't have a bad
Yeah.
restaurant experience and then have an attitude about it. Because you brought that bad restaurant experience on yourself by not checking her ass when she did it the first time.
Because I ain't want them to do nothing to our food.
You get another server, baby.
Oh.
Nobody have to wait on you. Here's another thing for customers to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Even a server reserves the right not to wait on your ass. I can
Okay.
come to your table
Mm-hmm.
and y'all can be, and I can hear, the matter of fact, I can hear how y'all talking when I'm walking up.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm
Yeah,
not
we were saying
conducive to the
things like,
table, I'm not talking
but we
about
were
you.
being nice. Yeah.
I'm not talking about you, but I'm telling you
Yeah.
for future reference.
Okay.
If you go into a restaurant and you with people that talk shit
Mm-hmm.
and people hear you reserve the right not to fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
We reserve the right. I'm not gonna take that tape.
Right.
I have told manager after hostess after other server, I'm not going to wait on them. Yes, you
Mm-hmm.
are. Okay, let's see me do it.
Right.
Because I would rather not wait on you, miss that money, than fuck up your experience and or cuss your ass out in front of people.
Mm-hmm. And I think
So
that's why she did it, because she knew we were nice people.
that
She
being
she
said,
treated us any kind of way.
you should have nipped her in the bud. Never accept. And see, when you
Mm-hmm.
do stuff like that, when you accept that particular, don't do that. As soon as the
Mm-hmm.
server comes up, because here's the thing, if she was
Mm-hmm.
being nasty to you before y'all did anything,
Mm-hmm.
why weren't you worried about her fucking with your food then? Because she was already being nasty to you. You hanging on made it
Yeah.
worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because as she was being nasty, y'all attitudes changed.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm not a restaurant person,
But
first of all.
never accept bullshit from a server. I'm getting
Yeah.
ready to get on to that. Never accept bullshit. If somebody is being rude to you for no reason,
Mm-hmm.
ask for another server. You ain't got to get that if that person because like Keith said, you never know what the day is. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You never know
Yeah.
what that person and it could not be that they were a bad server all the time. It could have been that she was taking whatever the fuck happened at house on you.
Oh, that was clear. That was very much clear.
And don't let nobody do
Yeah.
that to you. Don't
Yeah.
if they come out, they start off like that, don't let don't do that. Because then you had to go out of pocket and talk about go cross the street because trust me, she's going to measure that. She's not going to tell all the stuff y'all did right when she tell that story. And I'm not talking about you, but I'm saying you because we were
Right.
talking about it. But in
Right.
general, and if
Right.
you were a restaurant person and you like this restaurant, she's told
hmm
all her friends about you, the good and the bad servers.
hmm
Don't let nobody take you out of pocket like that. If the service is bad, don't let them keep waiting on you.
Yeah.
I have had to take care of many a table from bad servers.
hmm
I have had to go over and go out of my section to take care of a table because my manager like, please go get them people.
Yeah.
Please go take care of that table.
hmm
So never let somebody get you all the way to if you a normal tipper and then you want to sit up there and wait to say something reckless.
I sure did. I waited to say it too, Lisa. I ain't gonna lie about it, girl. I felt so good. I went out to the car. My mother then was like, "Do you want us to? How much did you tip her? You want us to give you the money back?" I said, "Don't worry about it. I gave her a tip it's gonna last her a long time."
Yeah, but
Yep,
don't do that. No, that's not cool because you want nobody to do that. You
that was
having a bad
nice.
day. It's not. It's not nice. It's not.
Lisa, that lady was nasty.
And she was, but she also made you be nasty.
Yes, she did. And I'm not
And
a
you can't
nasty
do that.
person.
But see,
Yeah.
you just said I'm not a nasty person. If it was
hmm
that bad, you should never do that. Never allow somebody to do
Yeah.
that. If you got a cashier that's being rude to you
hmm
and you can move, move. If you
Yeah.
can't move, say, I'm not gonna deal with that. If you gotta get a manager, get a manager. I'm not one of those customer service people say you should never get a manager because that's what managers are for.
Okay. And
Because
I was
real
we
customers
were upset too because it's a restaurant that my mother had wanted to
excuse
go
me,
to.
real customer service people, they
hmm
already let their manager know, look, I'm having a day.
hmm
Help a sister out. Man, I mean, we don't people that are customer service, real customer service, we don't care about a manager.
Okay.
We don't give a shit about a manager. So if she having a bad day or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're there for a purpose.
And then
You're there
thought
for a
somebody
purpose.
was going to give her
And it was
some.
her job to serve you. If she couldn't do her job, then they go home.
Yeah.
You got an attitude, go home.
Yep.
Now let's get to the other side. Let me get to the service. Let me get to the customer service aspect of the wow that is in my title. From what I understand, I haven't lived in Atlanta for a long time, but I have, like I said, worked in restaurants for uh 85 to 20, 1985 to 2020, however long that is. So long I worked in restaurants. And I have seen amazing servers. I've seen servers. I've seen people just did it because of the money and not really good or bad at it. They just lackadaisical, lazy servers. And I have seen absolutely awful, atrocious, just what the hell servers. But the problem is not just the servers or this. The problem is customer service. You never know what somebody's going through. That's correct. You never know what's going on in somebody's house, what they're going through with their kids or their marriage. You never know somebody's child sick or their husband cheating on them or their car broke down or the rent due. You never know. And you can't be 100% fluffy 100% of the time. And working in customer service industry, working as a server, a cashier, or whatever, you are in direct contact with customers. You're in direct contact with them. And you can't always be 100% fluffy. I get that. But if you have no customer service, I am who I am. You know, Crystal. I have no problem saying what the
Yes.
fuck is on my mind. I have no problem
Hmm.
saying shut the hell up talking to me. I have no problem asking who the fuck you talking to. I have no problem. However, when in customer service situations, if I'm your
Hmm.
cashier and you come up to my register, hey, how you doing? You got everything good? Anything good? Because I'm about to
Hmm.
scan these groceries. Because I'm fast with them, quick. I get people in and out because I know as a customer, once I'm done shopping, I'm ready to go. So
Right.
when I was a cashier, I got you in. If you was at my register, you better hurry up, get your wallet out. Because if you can put everything up on the belt before you can turn around, I'm done.
Hmm.
Well, you can turn around, I'm done. I used to have when I worked on the base, I used to have the servicemen racing with me, trying to see who was better, them or me. It was always me. People say stuff, baby. Okay, okay. Ah, hey,
So you was a cashier back when we used to have to put all the digits in the cash register?
hey, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I have
me
been
too.
absolutely no professionalism about them getting that money. We have to acknowledge it sooner we get a service. Yeah, yeah. Learn how to speak up. Yes, this customer's paying for a service. Hey, Elder Boo. Hey, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, TC. My bad. I ain't see you in there. My bad.
Hey, baby. Oh, my baby here.
All right. So I ain't see nobody. You ain't looking at the chat, neither.
No, I don't.
Maybe
Child,
one
I
of us
don't
not look
know.
at the chat. Shit.
We is bad host.
I'm telling you. What's I about to say? Uh, so yeah. If I have been a point, I have been to the POS where I had the number to everything that was on Charlie's. I had everything had a number. It wasn't no pictures. It wasn't no codes. It was this is 12064. It everything had a number, and that was I had to learn hundreds of numbers, and I had to know these numbers by heart. Plus wait on customers. Plus expedite food. Plus answer questions. Plus train somebody, and I did that every day.
Hmm.
Some days you just ain't fluffy.
Not me, Lisa. That's why
Not
I
mean.
don't.
I wasn't mean, but I just wasn't
Right.
fluffy. I did my
Right.
job. I did my
Hi,
job.
baby. I'm
I did
sorry.
my job. I wasn't overly anything. If I was waiting on you and it's just one of them days where I wasn't feeling it for whatever reason, I could have a headache.
Hmm.
Me and baby could have got in an argument on the way here. Nick can be sick and I couldn't stay at home with him.
Yeah.
It could be any number of reasons why I don't feel like smiling. However, not smiling does not stop me from customer service. It just
Right.
means I'm not smiling while I do it. It doesn't mean you're going to feel anything. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be rude. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have a good experience. It means that right now, today, I'm going to do my job. Hey guys, how y'all doing? What can I? This is my voice when I'm not feeling fluffy. There's a difference, and it's a slight difference, but it is what it is. This is my fluffy voice. Hey guys, how y'all doing? What can I get for you? My
Hmm.
southern comes out. My baby, my come on. What we doing? What we doing today?
Hmm.
And this is my, I'm not feeling it for whatever reason. Hey guys, what can I get for you? That's it.
Oh, yeah. You can hear the difference. Yeah.
But that's what I get. It doesn't, hey guys, what can I get for you? Does not take away from your experience. Are you ready to order? If not, I'll give y'all a few minutes. That is how I talk when I'm not feeling, I'm doing my job. Now, 99% of the time, I go above and beyond my job. I'm helping out my customers. I'm helping out other servers. I'm helping out the kitchen. I'm helping out the cashier. I'm swinging wings. I'm doing orders.
Hmm.
So 99% of the time, I'm on point. That 1% to where I don't feel like it for whatever reason, it doesn't take away from your experience.
Hmm.
However, you never know what people are going through. That does
Yeah.
not mean that you cannot have customer service. That is why I'm now pointing toward the employees, not the customers, because customers gonna be customers. Nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to make people tip. Nothing is going to make people not be rude because it's just who they are.
Yeah.
And I can say it all. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going back and forth and arguing with nobody.
Hmm.
If you don't have enough money to tip, don't go in a restaurant where you're supposed to tip at.
Mhm.
If you don't feel like being bothered with people, don't go in a restaurant and sit down and harass your server.
Remember
If
that
you
time? Oh,
oh, go ahead.
no, I was just thinking about when you was just talking about this. Remember that time y'all had went to that restaurant and y'all was filming, the whole family had went? I
Uh-huh.
can't remember what y'all event was and how the waiter had treated y'all from the beginning. It
Was
was
it
like
good or
some
bad? I don't
ups.
remember.
Y'all
Was it
had
good or
went
bad?
there with Charles' family and y'all family. Because I remember Charles' mom
It
and
might
them
have been
being
somebody's
there.
birthday. It was probably down at Cadillac Ranch.
Okay.
Might have been Cadillac Ranch. I mean, Cadillac Ranch is a hit or miss situation
Okay.
because a lot of times we go into Cadillac Ranch, we was going 13, 14, 20 deep sometimes.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it
and
was a
that's
lot.
and that's a lot for a
Yeah.
server.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of that. I didn't speak on that, but big parties are a lot
Hmm.
because you have to deal with because especially if you're going somewhere where people are out for an event or something like a birthday. We were there for a birthday.
Yeah.
People
I know
ordering
that.
drinks, people ordering
Yep.
appetizers, people ordering entrees, and then people got sides, and then somebody want ranch. But then you got 13 people, and every time you go back to the table, instead of everybody telling you at one time what they want, every time you go back to the table, somebody wants something. Now I was just at the table when this person asked for the ranch. Why you didn't ask me for more napkins? Why you didn't ask me for the straw? Why you didn't ask me for your ranch? Why you ain't tell me that your shit was cold? Why you ain't tell me you ain't get your side? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm back
Yeah.
on the customers now. Stop doing it.
Okay.
Stop doing it. Just
Right.
because the server there don't mean you gotta need some every time the server come on. If you know that when I come back, it's a 2 bite rule. 2 minutes, 2 bites.
Hmm.
You give the customers a chance to drink their drink. It's with everything. 2 minutes, 2 bites. Drop
Okay.
off your drink. I give you a chance to drink your drink, see if you like it or not. I go back. Everything okay? You drink good? You ready to order? Y'all need a few minutes? Cool. I'm gonna give y'all an experience to understand how that they're not teaching these kids customer service in both the fluffy days and the non-fluffy days. Because people don't understand that you have to teach this.
Hmm.
Because if you don't teach this and if you don't have real repercussions for shit, your business is going to suffer. This server not going to suffer because I'm gonna tell you something. Every time I done lost a job, I found a job the same day when I was waiting tables because I'm a
Hmm.
badass. Make no mistake about it. I'm nasty with that thing. You want me in your restaurant. I am 56 years old and I limped and you still want me in your restaurant.
Hmm.
I went to Cracker Barrel right after I hurt my knee.
Hmm.
And I was doing something that we were sitting up talking about. And I told the lady when she came to the table, I said, look, I'm not complaining. It's busy in here. Don't do this, don't do that. Put that over there, stop. And y'all need to do something about this right here because somebody's gonna sue y'all.
Hmm.
She was like, excuse me? I said, because it's a wood, it had wood. The windowsill was made out of wood, but it was
Hmm.
chipped up and it was frayed to where it was pieces that were big enough to stick somebody, like a kid, or
Oh,
somebody put their arm up in the window, or somebody put their you understand what I'm saying? It was a
right.
hazard.
Yeah.
And the
Hmm.
sir, it was going on with something with some else. For some reason I talked to her about something. And she said, what you do? I said, I work at Applebee's. I said, I work at Buffalo Wild Wings. I said, ma'am, I've been waiting tables since 1985, since probably when you was still in grade school. She said, you need a job? I said, huh? I said, no, ma'am. I said, thank you, though. I said, you know what? I just hurt my knee, so I'm not getting around the way I used to. She said, oh, we'll prop you up. I'll put you up front.
Now we'll prop you
She said, I
up.
will prop you up. Ask my wife. She said, I'll prop you up. I'll put you up front till you teach the move better. You want me
Hmm.
in your shit. You want me in your shit in a wheelchair.
That's right.
You want me in your shit now.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna give you the not fluffy experience of Lisa.
Hmm.
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight? Y'all ready to order? We're gonna get y'all a drink. I don't do specials. I don't even say my name until I know I'm gonna wait on the table. Only reason I say my name now because I used to didn't say my name before. Because if you wait tables and you get out late and you told these people your real name,
Hmm.
they used to servers used to get robbed like that.
Oh,
These people know your name and they know you got a lot of cash on you. Hey Lisa, you stop for your name. I don't stop for and all that shit,
yeah.
but you'll stop for your name. So I stopped giving them my name, and there was a reason why I stopped. But now at not working at night or getting in my car, I didn't care. But if I knew I was gonna wait on you, I gave you my name so that you, hey, I'm Lisa. Holla if you need me.
Hmm.
So I go away. I bring the drinks back. Y'all ready to order yet? Take the order. All right. Y'all waiting. I said, if y'all need anything, just let me know. Walk off. That's it. I'm not there extra anything. Go bring the food out. I put the food down and make sure everything is done. If I don't leave out the kitchen unless my food is the way it's going to sit in front of my customers, period, point blank, end of discussion. I don't play about that. I'm not about to argue with you. And if you're not doing it right, if the kitchen's not putting my food out right, I will stop what I'm doing, put it together, cuss the kitchen out, and then go put it out.
Okay.
I drop my food off, everything I need, anything. Let me get y'all some extra napkins. I'm working at Buffalo Wild Wings, so shit.
Hmm.
Wings got it next next. Stack of napkins. Make sure y'all got every sauce y'all need. And let y'all eat. 2 or 3 minutes later, I'm coming back because I'm trying to make sure that your food is correct, that it is hot, that the sauce tastes good, that you have everything you need. Do you need more ranch? Because by the time I come back, you're gonna know whether or not this ranch is gonna last out these wings. Or you're gonna need some more. You know whether or not you need some more napkins or some wet napkins. I love you. Nick is upstairs. We only do that when he at work. No, I'm just playing. Um, so by the time I come back, y'all good? All right, let me let y'all eat. I'll be back after a while. Now during this time, I'm refilling your drink. If I see the napkin, if you got a whole bunch of napkins on the table, I'm pulling it off. I'm not speaking to you. Imagine you sitting at the restaurant, you and your significant other sitting there having a conversation. I'm not saying anything. I'm pulling off the dirty napkins. I'm pulling off everything that's empty. I'm refilling the drinks. I haven't spoken another word.
Hmm.
If I'm not dropping off the drinks, I'm telling somebody else, go take that drink over there because she's getting ready to be empty. Go put them napkins on my table while I get this food out. If I walk by and I see that you're done eating, I pulled everything. Y'all know how many times managers came to me and asked me why I ain't greet the table? I'm like, bitch, they're gone. They're done.
Hmm.
Their dining experience is over. Why ain't nothing on the table? Because I did my job. That's why managers hated me. Because that's how I sat talking to them. You ain't gonna talk to me, bitch.
You know,
I'm gonna,
you
I
gotta
ain't
be
gonna leave.
confident in knowing that you know your job to talk like that because everybody can't do it.
I'm a beast. But this
Yeah.
is this is non-fluffy experience.
Hmm.
You guys want anything else? Y'all good? I'm gonna drop this check off. Y'all got one checks, separate checks. What y'all doing tonight? Y'all
See,
want
I
more checks?
wouldn't have a problem with you just coming to the table and not saying anything, but making sure everything was nice and clear.
You would have a problem with that?
I would have a problem with it
Why?
because I want to talk to you. I want to communicate.
Well, I mean, no. If you say something to me, I'm not just gonna. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead. Let me get that out your way. I'm not. I'm
Oh,
just.
okay.
I'm not like a
Yeah, I'm
ninja.
coming over there like
I'm
cleaning.
just not. No,
Oh.
no. I would never just. No, I'll just blind. Now I will drop the. I will get server to drop the drinks off. But I mean, no. I'm
Mhm.
saying like little stuff. I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me get that out your way. I'm sorry. I didn't do the 100% of it. I was just giving you the gist. But
So
this is
I'm
the
like, you over
100%.
there, you just
But
can't
this is
take the
a
stuff off the table. We don't have a problem. You got to
but this
talk
is
to me.
100%. This is 100%.
Okay.
10 minutes, 15 minutes later, I see that you got empty stuff on there. Y'all, let me get that out of your way. Let me clean that up for you. Let me get them napkins. I'll bring you some more. This is just me I'm not having a good day. That don't mean you can't have one. It just means I'm not feeling more than this. I'm having it's something on my mind, but I'm doing my job. That's the tone of voice. That's how I'm moving. That's
Yeah.
what's going on.
Hmm.
That's it. So during that time, I done clean the table off down to the glass you just holding on to.
Hmm.
So here I come. All right, guys, I'm gonna drop this check off for you. Take your time. The only difference, excuse me, if it was lunchtime,
Hmm.
I would bring the check out early because people had to get back to work, and I would tell them.
Hmm.
And if you and your boo sitting there for lunch, I'm like, look here, I'm gonna go and drop this check off for you because I don't know whether or not y'all got to get back to work. So if y'all want me to get it now, I get it now.
Lisa,
If y'all chilling
Lisa,
out, huh?
Lisa, that would be me and TC. You can go ahead and say it.
I'd say you a TC sitting there waiting on y'all. Hey,
Thank
no,
you. I
but that's my
appreciate that.
fluffy me. Now I'm gonna give y'all fluffy. I'm gonna give you a TC my fluffy me. This is just
Okay.
you and your This is you and your work husband. You and your work wife.
I don't have one of them.
I'm just saying. This you y'all in lunch. So I'm coming there and I'm like, because I used to have a lot. Because when you work for lunch, you have people on lunch break. So when
Lisa,
I
I'm
would bring
about
the
to be
food
a
out,
married woman. No, I don't have one of them.
you, I had work children. I had work children. I had no work spouse because nobody old enough to be my spouse in there. But I'm sure had I had somebody old enough, old as me, would have been an old married work couple.
No.
My wife had a work auntie.
No.
Everybody got to
No.
work somebody that you close with.
Don't tell TC that because TC will get beat up. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Now, we're not going to
No,
get
I'm
onto
sorry.
that one.
That's
So we're going to do a different one for you and TC. And you're not
thank
going to be beating up anyone, okay? Because
I know, right, Lisa?
because here's the thing. That work person is that person that makes you sane on that day that you want to shoot people.
Mm,
That work person is that person that you know if they working, you're gonna have a good day. It don't have to
call
be a
me.
wife. I just say that. It don't have to be
Call
a work
me.
wife. Huh?
Call me.
Can't
Call
nobody
home.
call you. Crystal, let me tell you something. I don't have money for bail. I have not passed the bar exam. So I can't get you out of jail and I can't do your case for free. You're going to talk to somebody about the crazy that runs around in your head that makes you say this shit out loud. You do understand that this can be used against you in a court of law.
Oh, I'm just playing. It's all. This is
Look,
all.
look, look,
This is
good.
all
Guess
to make
what?
the live comical.
Right. But guess what? I'm telling you now for future reference.
Uh,
Everything you say on social media publicly can be used against you publicly.
mm. What's going on? Let me read
For
the comment.
everybody, for everybody, now I'm going to digress completely all off. But this is for Krista and those like her. Stop saying shit that y'all gonna do out loud on social media, on the internet. It can be used against you. It can be used as a pattern of. It can be used as a pattern of behavior.
Oh God.
Something happens to TC, they're gonna go back and say, "Y'all remember when you said so and so, such and such, at this time here and there." Stop it.
Ain't not gonna happen to TC.
I'm just saying.
Mm-mm.
This is for everybody.
Yes, you right though. You right. Because I
Stop.
normally tell people that type of stuff too. Be careful what you say or put out in the
Stop.
atmosphere.
Stop.
Yeah.
Don't. No, not just the atmosphere. Fit the atmosphere. The
You
atmosphere.
got to be careful of that,
Karma will
Lisa.
work itself out. Let me ask you a question. Karma will work itself out
Hmm.
because I tell baby all the time. Because like I said, I watch a lot of shit on TV.
Hmm.
Don't love me that much. Now I
Mm.
want somebody to love me, and I want somebody to be obsessed with me and be my baby, and have like little thoughts of I will stab somebody a little bit in their pinky toe for you. However, don't
Hmm.
love me to death.
No. Love me to life. Yeah, you're right. Where you
That,
want life in me. Yeah.
but I also want you to understand, Krista, that
Hmm.
jealousy is not. It doesn't do anything to them.
I'm
The
not
je-
jealous, Lisa.
you are,
I'm
you
not
are. That's what that is,
jealous.
baby. That's what that is. When you say you don't want her
Lisa.
to have, when you say you can't have no work wife, and it's not because you
No.
don't. Hold on, hold on. It's not because you don't want one. It's because you can't imagine her having one.
No,
Mm-mm.
I don't want.
That doesn't
I
mean
don't
that.
want her talking about that's my work wife.
There you go. That's what I just said.
No,
That's jealousy, baby. That's
that
jealousy.
ain't jealousy. No, you
Work
no.
wife, your best friend. That's all. Anytime that you feel some kind of way about your significant other, your partner having
You can
somebody
have
of the
a
same sexual
coworker.
preference, but that's their home. But that's a person they
That's your
happen to see that
coworker.
they hurt. But
That's your
because you,
coworker. That
but
she
because
don't get the title as your wife. Mm-mm.
you don't either. If you're, especially if you're not married, I don't care about. Let
Well,
me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I have a
right,
wife. I don't give a shit
right,
how many work wives she has because
right.
they're
Oh
irrelevant.
no,
They don't mean anything. The word you placing value on
Lisa.
words.
Some of
Uh-uh.
them people,
I ain't gonna
Lisa.
let you do that because let me tell you something. If you're married to somebody you can't trust to be around other people, then you're not married to the correct person.
No, Lisa.
I'm
I ain't
never gonna
talking
not
about
say
that
that.
part. I ain't talking
I'm
about
never
that
gonna
part,
not say that.
Lisa. Lisa, I ain't talking about that
What
part.
part you talking about?
I work.
Because I don't care what somebody wants. If somebody wants me, I worked at a
Hmm.
restaurant where my ass was out every day. I worked at a restaurant where people watch my ass walk up and down that thing every day. I
Right,
know what the hell I was doing,
right.
but not one person in that world, not one person,
Hmm.
with the exception of Jill Scott, but she know that.
Hmm.
But she know that because if Tony Braxton had come to her job, if Janet Jackson come to her job, I'm gonna be
Hmm.
like, get her, baby, shit. You better wear that ass out. You better be singing some songs about you later.
But Lisa, I'm telling
You cannot do that
Lisa.
because you're killing yourself, baby. I'm not talking about anybody
No,
else.
no.
I don't care about that. You are killing yourself. You are
Mm-mm.
killing
No,
your
no. For
spirit.
all jokes aside, though, Lisa, I don't mind you work with people, but to give people a title that they're something that someone that you love in a different manner than at work, Lisa, at that hospital where I work at,
What
they do that work wife, work husband stuff.
and what
And
does it mean?
when I tell you, Lisa, that people, I'm not saying DC do this, but I'm telling you, working in the hospital, maybe it's just because they work in that hospital. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. They take that stuff to a whole nother level to the point where that other person that they consider to be their work husband, work wife, they don't even want them communicating with other people. They're really treating these people like they're their other spouse.
That is the person, and that is incorrect on all levels. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person
That's why
that's
I'm
your
just
person. I
saying.
had before I had a wife, I had a work wife, I had a work brother, I had a work best friend.
Mm-mm. You
Because
just my
that was who
coworker.
I was with. That's who I was with all the time. That's who I was up under. That's who we was doing. We
Mm,
we we backed each other up like that. You know, it could have been a work sister, work whatever, work wife.
mm.
Work wife is just the word. It could be work sister, work best
Some of them
friend.
take that stuff to another. Lisa, if you got out here and seen how some people do, my niece work in a hotel,
What I'm telling
and
you is that who are you? What I'm asking you is, and
yeah,
I'm just thinking critically now.
hmm,
If this person is taking it to another level and your person is still letting it go, then like it does it still sits to what I said. If they
hmm,
can't be out and know how to act with decorum, then they're not the person for you.
right.
If they are
No, I
giving,
was
if
just
they
saying
are
I wouldn't
giving,
want. Yeah, I wouldn't
if
want.
they
I
are,
wouldn't give TC permission to say she had a work
you
wife to
can't give
me.
her permission to do nothing.
To say
You'll
it to me.
never be able to give her permission to do anything.
No, no,
I
I
don't
said
give
to
my wife.
say that to me.
Why would
Now,
she
if
say
she
that to
feel
you?
like
You're
she
not her
had
work
one,
wife.
huh?
You're not her work wife. And
Right.
most work
That's
and
why I
most
said to say
spouses
it to me. To say it
and
to me, I would let her know that I deem that to be disrespectful
right.
because I would never tell her I got a work husband
This is
because
why stuff veers off. This is why stuff veer
there's
off. This is
nothing
why
that.
every weekend I stuff veer off and the stuff ain't got nothing to do with the title.
No, Lisa, I just wanted to say because listen, Lisa, for real
With that,
though,
I'm
there's
asking you why.
nothing there's nothing that can go on my job that could be so whatever that I go ahead talk it over with my coworkers because especially if that's what we're supposed to do. But at the end of it, whatever is going on, I'm coming to my honey. Listen, This is what's going on. Rather pray for me right now because somebody they trying to take me there, honey. You know something? I'm talking that over.
Well,
No,
you talking
that
about for
work
real
wife,
now?
work husband, huh?
No, no. Okay. TC and you don't have the same job, correct? Does she work in a hospital?
No, no, she don't.
Okay, so and she would not know or understand on a
Hmm.
deeper level what you're going through in your job because it's not the job she works at. It's not her specialty. It's not something that she like when baby come home telling me about the stuff at AV when she was working at the place she was working at.
Yeah,
I
right.
listened because I listened
Hmm.
because I'm her wife and I'm supposed to be listening. I know what the hell she was
Yeah.
talking about. I couldn't understand why this would bother her this way or this would bother her that way. But there was somebody at work, but there wasn't because she
Hmm.
worked with like a bunch of little white boys, little kids, little young people. She was oldest. So
Okay.
she wouldn't have a work wife or a work husband because it was children there. She might have a work child. I had a lot
So
of work
maybe that's why
children.
you didn't really take it as serious as
I had work
like me
children.
seeing what I see.
Yeah, because here's the thing. What I think you're doing, and I don't even think you're consciously doing it. When
Hmm.
somebody is being disrespectful to your spouse,
Hmm.
it doesn't record the title is irrelevant.
Hmm.
The title is irrelevant. The
Hmm.
if somebody is being disrespectful to your spouse, or if your spouse is allowing somebody to be disrespectful in your eyes,
Hmm.
that has nothing to do with the title. My bestie at work can be disrespectful to you. You understand what I'm saying? You are putting. Here's the thing: when you working, you need somebody to talk with about hospital stuff, nursing stuff, doctor stuff. I can't
I'm
talk to you
talking to
about
my
that.
honey. I'm
Yeah, but
talking
she
to
don't
my
understand.
honey.
No, but she don't understand where you're coming from. She
Sure
is
she
listening.
do.
No, baby, listen to what I'm saying. You're going to fight this because to your eyes, and we've already established that you're a jealous person, and that's just who you are.
Listen, stop saying that. You make people not want to be bothered.
No, you can't. There are people that the strength of a person's character in dealing with somebody has nothing. I know TC. I don't know TC, but I know TC can handle herself. So you being jealous is irrelevant. But you are a jealous person, and you laughing, but
I'm
you ain't
trying to get the subject back to what you was talking about the restaurant because you say every week we.
well, because you do something every week. Every week, I think I'm your therapy. I think I'm your free therapy. I think that's what I do. Every week you say something. I think I'm your free therapy. Every week you will get us off top because you say something. I'm like, but
DC, don't let her fire me. Don't let her.
TC is strong enough to handle you. Her strength of will is strong enough to handle you. And yes, she listens to you because she's your baby and you're having a hard day. But she doesn't understand the hospital shit that you're talking about. She doesn't understand it. You can sit up here and tell me all day that one of your patients died, that a baby died in your hands, that this doctor did this, and I will sympathize with you because I love you. But I don't. It doesn't register with me the same as the person that sits next to you does. Are you getting what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So it's not. She's going to sympathize because she loves you, but she's not going to feel the weight of what you just said.
But that other person ain't getting that title that they my work
You don't
husband.
have to. It's not the title is just something that people say. There's a
No,
person at your job that you can talk to about
they
stuff that
take
only
that
you can
stuff
talk to another.
serious.
No, they don't. You take it serious. And if these
Lisa,
people are taking it serious, baby, listen to what I'm saying. And, and
yeah,
and and stop the wife part and stop the work wife part. If people
okay.
are being disrespectful,
Hmm.
if the spouse is being disrespectful, if the work person is being disrespectful and the spouse is allowing it,
Hmm.
that has nothing to do with the title and everything to do with the person.
Yeah.
You can your hospital may like that. The hospital next door may have 13 different wives. You got a gay and this girl and her gay wife, her work husband. You got this girl and her work lesbian or whatever.
Hmm.
and they're fine. The husband know, they all hang out. The wife know, they all hang out, because it's
Mm-hmm.
not threatening, because these people
Because they
know
ain't
what you're
telling that
going.
real wife everything.
These people, no, these people know what you're going. You're not going. Let me tell you something. You can tell me, what's the worst thing that you've ever done as a nurse? What is the worst thing that has happened on your watch that you go look back and you say, that is one of the worst experiences I had as a nurse?
That I personally did or that was
That
done to
something
me.
happened, like, no, not like something was done to you, but like
Okay.
something happened, like a patient or a doctor. What's the worst experience you had as a nurse?
Mm.
Something that's when you tell stories and you tell people about, you get talking about some bad things that have happened that you've seen. Like, I could tell you, the to me, the worst thing
Oh,
that
okay.
has ever happened to me that I've ever seen was walking
Mhm.
into the operating room where they were trying to save my mother, and she was dead on the table.
Okay.
So I can tell you that. So what's the worst thing as a nurse, not as a person? That's me as a
Okay.
person.
Right.
But
I would.
as a nurse, what's like the
Mhm.
as a job?
Okay. That I did personally. I would have to say I was working ER,
Mhm.
and anybody that know me and my family know I don't like to work ER
Okay.
because you work your 12 hours, but if somebody come in there and it's one of those type of things, some situations, you ain't going home until that patient is stable.
Right. I remember you saying that.
And right. So there was a time where I was working ER. I was already tired, but I did what I had to do.
Hmm.
And about 10 minutes before it was time for me to go, and the other nurse to sign on, who was just upstairs in the cafeteria having herself a cup of coffee,
Hmm.
you know, um, I, how do I say this without incriminating myself? But I did not sign on to the patient because I didn't know how long I was going to have to stay there.
Okay.
So instead, I went up to the cafeteria. Instead of being down here with the patient, I went upstairs to the cafeteria and asked her, when do you plan on signing in? Because you're my relief. And she was like, oh, okay. I don't sign. I usually leave here about 2 minutes before I get down here. I said, I think they want you to come to work. I think they need you to sign on a little bit earlier that you here. And I actually told her, I said, matter of fact, I'll give you $15. And so instead of me being on post doing that, I was upstairs making a deal to have another nurse go ahead and sign in. Which, I mean, the patient ended up being okay, but I would say that's
Boy,
definitely something you don't do. Yeah.
yeah, that's bad. But I wasn't talking about that. I was like, something
Oh,
that. Yeah, I can
I
understand
didn't
that.
know.
I
Did
can
you see
understand
me?
that. I have paid. Yeah, I can understand that. Bring your ass on, because I'm not taking another table. That's that's what. See, I can empathize with
Mhm.
that, because that's just employee stuff.
Okay.
That's just employee stuff. That's across the board employee stuff. You got somebody lackadaisical, tricks in their way through, and coffee in their way, and it's time for you to clock in. Bitch, if you don't come clock in before I snatch up for you being ER, you
But
don't come and clock.
technically, she wasn't supposed to clock in
It
yet
don't matter.
because
Don't
she
be sitting
still
out there
had
drinking
10
your coffee.
minutes.
Stay your ass at home if you don't want me to
Yeah.
come get you. So I understand that.
Yeah.
That's employee stuff. Just grab that trash
Yeah.
bag right there. That's employee stuff. I'm talking
Yeah.
about an experience that only you could experience as a nurse. Oh, that's what I want to say. Like that. Something that only you as a nurse would experience. As a nurse. Something specific to being a nurse. That's bad, I guess.
Like what was the worst? I
What
think the worst things that I have experienced is like the art stuff. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
as a woman, we could understand that. As a woman, TC could understand that.
Mm.
However, that's the only way she can understand it. She can't understand you as a nurse having to look at this woman in her eyes while she just had went through a horrific thing, you having her to ask these questions, and you then having to violate her again to do certain things to her, even
Mhm.
though it's necessary. She can't
Right.
understand that. So there's a person that works for you that can understand that when that's on your spirit.
Right.
TC can love you and support you as a supportive person. But as
Mhm.
a somebody who has to do horrific things, she can't empathize with you the same way because we don't care like that. It doesn't affect us. Let me tell you,
Mhm.
it I look at
I
every
get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
that's when I say there's somebody at work. We just say work wife. You can call them whatever you want to. I don't know why I don't even know where the fuck the term work wife came from. I ain't never called nobody my work nothing.
Oh, they say it all the time on jobs now.
I ain't never called nobody no. I got my babies at work, my little children that I have
Right.
them, and I have my home. I ain't never called nobody no work shit.
Right.
But I've had people because that's what we do. If you've never worked in a restaurant, you can
Mhm.
empathize with me because of customer service. But if you've never worked in a restaurant, you don't understand the shit that we go through. So
Right.
you my home girl and you get it. You get that I'm traumatized, but you don't get
Mhm.
why you don't for real get why I'm traumatized.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But somebody who worked in a restaurant could. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You got that
Yeah.
person at your job that when TC has held you up, but you still got that weight you need somebody to share with. That's what I'm talking about. That person. I'm not talking about somebody you have a relationship with, like a burgeoning relationship or flirting. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about your work person. That person that when you done just seen one shot baby, one child left in the car too many. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah. As
That,
long as they don't get a title, well, that's your coworker. You're
but
supposed to
yes,
talk
but
to
here's the
them.
thing. Okay, now I don't understand because I don't titles are irrelevant.
Mhm.
I don't understand you harping on the title thing. So in the chat,
Only
when
because
somebody not in the
I think
chat,
some
in the
people take
comments
those
later on,
serious.
but
Okay.
that's I'm just saying, not just you, because I want you to answer, but I'm telling you, other people in this chat or in the comments later on, a work wife ain't shit. Hey, girl, let me tell you something. Here's what I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. Until you married, even a fiance ain't shit. A girlfriend ain't
Mhm.
shit. I sat up there. Today,
Mhm.
and I had a very existential, out of body bad uh, uh, talk TV today. So I
Okay.
watched a Karamo, and this girl came on there, baby daddy, his girl, baby daddy, girlfriend, baby mama, potential baby daddy, girlfriend. So I sat up there and I listened to the girlfriend talk about, well, this is my man. For like 10 minutes. All I heard was, well, he's my man, my
Mhm.
man. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, he's not. I look
Mhm.
for the streets because he got somebody in here getting a paternity test.
Mm.
If you're not a wife, you're nothing. So the title of work, anything don't mean nothing to me. My work children don't overstep, don't mean nothing to me when it comes to my children upstairs.
Mhm.
That's just my babies at work. My work friends if I don't do anything with outside of work with them, they're my work friends. But my sister, they don't hold a candle. I don't, the title, I don't understand the significance because wife is just a word.
Mhm.
If you're not actions, if this person ain't worrying about, if this person is not sitting up there worrying about how we gonna get this mortgage paid and where we going on vacation
Mhm.
and all that stuff and what you cooking for dinner and shit, pick some up on the way because I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? You need some toothpaste from Walmart. That
Mhm.
title don't mean shit.
That's why I'm telling you, Lisa, on some of these jobs that these people is having these titles, they're taking that stuff serious to the point where
But
these
it's not
people
a
is
title. It's
playing
not a real
cardinals,
title. Just like
huh?
girlfriend, work wife. is the same thing as girlfriend. It
Mhm.
only means something. It don't mean nothing. Your girlfriend don't mean nothing.
I understand what you're
Boyfriend
saying.
don't
It don't
mean
mean
nothing.
anything,
Work
but I'm
wife don't mean nothing. Don't none of that mean nothing. Wife, because if you ain't doing wife shit, your wife title don't mean nothing. If you're
mhm,
not actively doing the title, if you're not actively doing what the title is, the definition of the word
mhm.
don't mean nothing. How many people now? All right, let's go. How many people you know that are actual wives? Said vows, went down the aisle, threw the bouquet, wives
Right.
that
Probably
wasn't
about seven.
doing wife shit.
Oh, okay. No, no. Um,
How
Probably
many
about two
husbands
or
you
three.
know? How many husbands you know? Walked down the aisle, through the garter, talked the shit,
Mhm,
cut the cake, wasn't doing husband shit.
mhm.
Titles don't mean anything. Just
But
like when somebody
Lisa,
tell you they love you, love is an action.
Lisa,
Don't mean
Lisa,
nothing. The words don't mean nothing. Do you know how many people have told me they love me right before they stabbed me in my back?
right.
Do you know how
Lisa,
many people said that I was the one and only right before the two and only, the three and only showed up? Do
right.
you know how many times my wife had turned this music on like I can't turn this music off?
I know it. I know she didn't turn the music on. No, that's why I was just saying when
You
you say that.
don't put so much in titles. Don't do it because
Yeah.
it stresses you out.
It
Don't
don't stress me out like that.
because you got there again. Krista, if you don't know, I can hear when your voice changed by now. Ma'am. Tell you, ask her later. Your voice changes. When I said something about work wife, immediately she ain't had no work wife.
Yeah,
That is disrespectful. Why is it?
yeah. So
Unless work wife is getting some coochie, some money, some outside, some dinner.
Lisa, some of them people got them folks paying car
You
notes and
go back
stuff.
and listen to me. Stop worrying about what others. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna do you like my mama did me.
Okay.
If everybody jumped off the cliff and died, would you follow them?
No, I'm cool.
When it don't matter what everybody else do if that ain't you.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you know who TC is. You know her. That's your
Hmm.
boo. That's your one and only. That's your walk down the aisle.
Hmm. Are you gonna come to the wedding if we get married?
Sure. Yeah, you sure will, you damn Skippy. Hey, you damn Skippy. I'll be there.
Or I'll say when
Right,
we get married. I'm gonna say when because I'm gonna put some goodness out there.
you damn
Okay.
Skippy. You know her. So my
Okay.
question to you is,
Hmm.
does her work whatever? Does that mean anything? You know, TC. I don't fuck the label, fuck what they do at your job.
Mhm.
I want you to focus 100% on your significant other, your soon to be, your only. You know her. So
Hmm.
does the title work wife mean any fucking thing to her?
No, because I'm sure she don't have
That's
one.
it. No, there's nobody. That's it. Your first inclination was no. So why does it bother you? Because it doesn't matter. Your people at your job, from what I understand, stop letting folks stress you out.
Oh, I don't. I just be looking at like, child.
And you can't go from your job to other people. If you have to go by a person to person basis. You know
Right.
yourself. You know yourself. Yeah, okay. I'm going. Give me 1 second, sir.
Can we get 3 hours on? I mean, how we gonna end it at 2 minutes and 43 seconds? I mean, really?
You know yourself, regardless of who you work with.
Yeah.
Would your work wife, if you had one, hold any sway over your real life?
Lisa,
I don't want to qualify. I
I
don't
don't get
want you sitting up there. I don't want you overthinking it. I'm asking you to
I'm
know
telling you,
yourself.
I use them people as people I work with. That's it. Because they look
You are
into
making,
stuff.
you got, as my wife would say, you got more excuses than a excuse book. I'm not thinking. Why do you tell people what I say? because it be good sometimes. I'm not talking about the real people at your job. I'm only
Mhm.
talking about just Crystal. I'm not
Okay.
talking about one person at your job.
Hmm.
I said, you know yourself, correct?
Yes.
And I'm just talking about you knowing yourself. Let's imagine you at a whole new job.
Okay.
And your new job is different than the job you're at now. These are real people you got to work with. They're cool people. Y'all get along. Ain't no bullshit. Ain't no flirting. Ain't no hoeing. It's just a job. But you got one person that you can go to because y'all know how fucked up y'all job can be.
Hmm.
You know yourself. Does a work wife hold any sway in your real life?
She ain't getting that title.
Krista, my love,
Lisa,
you
y'all
you
think it's
gotta
just me?
unclench. You gotta know. And I'm talking to anybody to do it. You gotta unclench, mama, because all I asked you was hypothetical situation.
Lisa,
You gotta
don't say
unclench.
that. TC might be TC is listening. You can't say certain terms like you used to when I was single. You were to look at me kind of.
I need to take. I could watch your business. I'm talking about nothing. What's wrong with you?
You said unclench. She don't, what does that mean?
Loosen up that sticky ass.
Lisa, I'm telling you.
I'm talking hypothetically. I'm talking about just Krista knowing
Yeah.
herself. I'm talking
Mhm.
about you going into a new situation. You have no idea what will happen
Okay.
into a new situation. You got somebody that at work y'all click. Y'all may not work outside of work because y'all got this person over here might be uh uh, uh married for 30 years with 5 kids, 6 grandkids, and outside of work, she ain't got no time for shit else, and then it's you. But at work, that's your go-to person. You know that person got your back. If you wasn't here yesterday and they was here, they got you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If something were to pop off, I'm gonna go talk to Kathy. Because
Mhm.
Kathy know how I'm feeling. Kathy know the weight of this shit that just happened to me.
Mhm.
Does
You just somebody
your
I work
work
with. Though.
person, does your work person, whatever title you want to give them, that person, that one person you go to at work, does that person hold any sway in your real life outside of work?
No,
Well, then
no,
what
you just
difference
at
does it
work.
make what you call them?
Yeah, you just at work, and I'm not gonna even give you an opportunity to mistake that it's more to
But
us being outside
that's
of
why.
work.
See, I think what you're doing is you're putting a lot on wife. You're putting a lot on the word. No, no. I'm about to get
No,
off.
for real, Lisa, that's how I am on the job. I don't get too close to
And,
people
and that's
where,
and that's fine. But I'm not talking
yeah.
about the actuality. I'm talking
Hmm.
about what you said. You put a lot on the words. You put a lot on words that don't go.
Because
These
they
just
mean
words.
something,
They
Lisa, to
the
people.
actions mean something.
Yeah, the action does,
You're
but
a
people
wife.
will take
You're a wife.
words.
But guess how, baby? People get married because Anna Nicole Smith became a wife to an 84-year-old man in a wheelchair who dick don't get hard no more, so she could be a billionaire. Was she a
Yeah.
wife? Was she a wife?
Yes, she was. Technically, she
Was she?
was.
I ain't said
She
technically.
just didn't do wifely duties.
Charles, can you Charles say something? Can you hear Charles?
I can't hear him.
Okay.
I, s- I can't.
Charles is the husband. He ain't said none of that shit.
Oh, okay.
All right. Charles, say something.
You heard him?
I just heard one word.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he said. Yeah.
What'd he say?
Yeah. Say yeah.
All right, Charles. I'm gonna ask Charles.
Hey, Charles. I'm
Hey,
good.
so what do Brittany call the lady working at your job beside you?
My daughter called the lady that worked with her husband, his work wife.
Mm. Okay.
It's no
Because
permit.
because that's your person at work. That's your ride or die at work.
Yeah.
That person, if you late, they clock you in. If you can't get a call, they pick it up. That's that person that you know that at work they got your back. Management can't come to them and say nothing. But that's what we're trying to say is a work wife doesn't take away from you being a wife.
Oh, I
A
know
work,
that part. I
but
know
no, you're
that
not.
part.
But if you, it's just a figure of
It's just
speech.
a figure of speech. It's not a real
It's
thing.
just like when you call when I wait, you good, Charles. It's just like
Thank you, Charles.
it's just like when I call somebody baby. I don't even call my wife nothing. I don't even I know her name, but I don't think I ever say her name out loud. Not for real. Not calling it.
Hmm.
I don't call her DC. I don't call her by
Hmm.
her nickname that we don't say out. I don't call her none of that. I call her baby.
Yeah, that's what I
But
call
but
my baby.
but when I say what can I get for you, baby, takes nothing away from my wife.
Yeah, 'cause
Hmm.
she call everybody baby.
But when I say baby to her, it don't sound the same.
That's right. Hmm.
So what I'm saying is you clenched up when I said work wife. And immediately, and tell me I'm lying. She can't have no work wife.
Mm-mm.
That ain't what you said.
No, I'm saying I agree. Like, no,
That's
I
what you
don't
said,
agree with
right?
that.
But
I don't agree with her ever coming to me telling me that that's my work wife.
what he didn't
I
come and
would
tell
tell
her that.
her that
He
I
did
have a problem with that.
Charles didn't come tell Brittany that. Brittany called her that.
No. I said I would tell TC that I have a problem with her telling me that somebody on her job is her work wife. I would have a problem. I would tell her, I would, not that I can demand her or tell her, but I would let her know, like we let each other know certain things we got a problem with. I would let her know that I have a problem with that.
But could
Well,
you
let me ask you this.
oh, hold on.
Let me ask you. What if TC say that girl at your job is your work wife?
You know
What
what,
if
y'all? I gotta be quite honest with y'all. That's not gonna go over well with TC,
no, we
and that's all I'm gonna say. That's not gonna go over well, y'all.
I don't know which one she talking about. I'm talking about anybody.
No,
Because
I mean
I
your
know who she talking
DC.
about.
DC had just said that. What if TC said that somebody on my job was my work wife, and I was just saying TC would never be. That wouldn't go over well
Have y'all
with her.
talked about that? Have y'all
We've talked.
specifically talked about that?
Well, we've had a conversation about something else that went on with me working with somebody, and that, you know what I'm saying.
You're
So
talking about a
that's,
specific person, though, correct?
we were talking about a specific person,
And do I know the
and
specific person you were talking about?
no, y'all
This a
wouldn't know.
different specific person. But see,
This is
that's a specific person that she may have issue with because of what that person did, correct? Or did
um
it say it?
I don't know how much she would want me to say, but
And you don't have to say
it's
anything
she
specific.
wasn't comfortable with the closeness. I'm just gonna say it. Like she wasn't close. She wasn't comfortable with the closeness of it.
You're
So
close, or she was. Were both of y'all close to each other, and she wasn't comfortable with how you acted around her, or how the person acted around you? And because there's a difference.
it wasn't
Were
it
you close
wasn't
to the person? Maybe I'm
necessary.
asking the wrong question. Were you close with the person?
No, not what kind of, I guess I don't.
Was the
I
person
was close. I guess I was close enough to make her feel uncomfortable. I'll just put it that way. Yeah, she don't.
well then maybe both of y'all
TC, I
just
don't want.
it's irrelevant.
TC is very nice, y'all. She's a very nice
I know TC.
person.
I know TC longer than I know you, my love.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and I don't want to. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
No, I'm not saying she's and then she may have a bit of possessiveness and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not
Don't say
dissing
that about my baby.
hell, I'm not dissing either one of y'all. I'm not even dissing you for the work
Don't
wife thing.
say that about my baby. Oh,
Well, baby, if she has an issue with how close you are with somebody at work that you just work with, there is a bit of possessiveness. And there's nothing wrong with that.
no, it wasn't like that though, Lisa. I'm trying, Lisa. You can't say everything online. Sometimes you got to give folks your phone number. You know what I'm saying?
But here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying specific. I'm not saying
Mm.
specifically. You said she reacted a certain way to the
I'm just
person.
telling
So
y'all
basically,
she wouldn't be comfortable with me calling somebody on my job my work wife. And she wouldn't in return say, you know what, Krista, you so close to that person, that's your work wife. She wouldn't be comfortable with that.
okay.
That yeah, she wouldn't be.
And that's a dynamic that y'all have, and I'm cool. But I'm saying I was just
Basically, it worked out for them.
right. But I was asking because I didn't
It might not work out for them.
right because with a different person, it worked out for you and TC because y'all dynamics run together. But
Hmm.
what if her dynamic didn't run that way?
I
What if
wouldn't
she was
probably.
fine? What if she was fine with you being cool with somebody at work because she knows that that has nothing to do with your relationship?
Well, I'm not saying she's not cool, but keep it work related. But I don't know how to really say it.
So y'all
But
have
because I can't.
a relationship.
Hmm?
You don't have friends.
No, see, and that's what I don't want you to think. Because she has friends, and I have friends.
Okay.
But when it comes to that other stuff, you just got to be a little careful with that.
What?
Hmm.
I'm so confused. Maybe I don't love you enough. I'm sorry.
You do love me. Don't be saying that, and these people say Lisa don't love
Listen,
just Krista.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking to my wife
Oh,
because I said that because I don't care about nobody else. If you came in here today, if you came in here today and you had on some
Mhm.
booty shorts and a tube top and you walked
Mhm.
in front of my wife, and as long as you didn't look nasty in them, I'll be like, all right.
Yeah, your wife been and said, "What is going on there? What in the world? Why would
You
just
know,
Krista be walking around like?" No, I'm just playing.
No, I wouldn't. I've been like, damn, baby, you see that? Ooh.
that's what she was saying. And I'll be like, yeah. See, I guess I said that because I don't. Her old boss, when we first started, used to take her to lunch all the time. She got a I used to say, yeah, I said about work wife because she got Miss Helen. Now she older. I said, don't let that lady take them damn ditches out on you.
Dangerous.
What? She's older. I mean, like she was older, like oh, not quite, not quite our mama old, but
Okay.
old enough that we wouldn't date. You know what I'm saying? She was
Okay.
almost mama old. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and she was saying something about going to lunch with Miss Helen. I said, don't let her take them ditches out on you, boy.
Oh, DC Kool-Aid, she wants to come up and speak for herself. She said she's in the back.
Hold on, I got her.
Okay.
Oh, she got hold on. Can't hear you, mama. Oh shit.
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you now.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby, what's up?
Baby, thank you for
Hey,
coming up here. I ain't saying nothing else.
What's up, DC and Lisa?
TC.
And I see Raw B in the house too. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Here we go.
Hi, Robbie.
Excuse me, y'all. Baby, crap.
Mm-mm. So it's complicated, but it's not complicated. Um so you said something a long time ago, Lisa, and that's behavior. All right.
Mhm.
So I'm a stickler on behavior. So what people say doesn't mean a hill of beans to me. It's their behavior.
Right.
Um, when you are a coworker, there is some semblance. Okay, yeah. When you're a coworker or colleague or whatever you want to call yourself,
Mhm.
there's some semblance of professionalism and decorum that you're supposed to uphold,
Mhm.
especially if you work 9 to 5, like I work so-called 9 to 5. Sometimes we have to work in the evenings or
Yeah.
in on the weekend. So but most people know, don't call me after a certain hour,
Mhm.
don't text me after a certain hour, don't call me early in the morning because you're out of order.
Right. And I
Right.
get that, and I am 100%.
Okay.
I love my babies. That, like I said, I have my work babies. I love my babies, but when I went
Mhm.
home, they management forget everybody else. Management didn't call me to come in. Don't call her. They even said that in front of me one time. They
Right.
were looking for somebody. Don't call her. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ask her because
Right.
they know I'm gonna say no. But
Mhm.
but yeah,
So
that don't have nothing. Yeah, yeah, I don't. But my question, the
so
level of camaraderie when
so
you're working with people, there is a level of camaraderie that makes the experience of working together with people
mhm.
more tolerable.
Mhm.
And like I was telling about Krista, she is a nurse. So she has the potential to see horrific things that we can't even fathom.
Mhm. Absolutely. However,
And
it has nothing to do with the you know how we have various professions in our lives.
uh,
So that's not the profession we're talking about.
which profession? I'm
It's
so
another
confused
one,
on
but
that.
that's a whole nother situation. That's why, you know.
Oh no, I was just talking about the. And I really want to talk about the work wife because I've never called anybody that.
Yeah, me either.
I don't. I mean, I'm the work everything. I'm the work mama, grandmama, wife, cousin, auntie, uncle.
Right.
I'm the person that the kids go to. I'm the person that the managers go to. I'm the person that the kitchen go to.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm the work everything. But when I leave work, I'm the work nothing.
Okay.
But when
Okay.
I said work wife, immediately, see, you've been on the line. You've heard Crystal's, I know you know her because you heard her voice change completely.
Yes, I did.
When I said work wife, immediately her butt cheeks clenched together,
Mm. Didn't they?
her face balled up, and she said
Mm.
she cannot have a work wife. I don't remember exactly what she said.
She said
But
aloud. She said I wasn't allowed.
you weren't allowed. I said you can't allow, and then I got an attitude for you. I said you can't allow her to
Go
do
ahead,
nothing.
girl. Yeah.
I got an attitude for you for a second. I said you can't allow her to do nothing. That's why I was on killing part is I think that we got into this conversation not because of the work wife, but because we said aloud. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh. That's
When she
exactly
said
what
aloud, I think I took it further because of the loud part. Because
exactly.
I really ain't never called nobody no work shit. So I ain't never had no work nothing. Now
Right.
I've had that person that because they at work, I'm gonna have a good day.
Okay.
I've had that person. In every job I've had that one or two people. It's never a lot of people. It's always just one or two people. And I know if I see them in my job when I walk in, today is going to be a good day. I've had that it's either one manager and one other employee with me or a
Mm-hmm.
manager. But it's always that one person. If I see that person in there, oh shit, they gonna go back good. We ready. Let go. And if they ain't there, my face balled up.
Uh-huh.
Cause I know shit. And that's why I guess technically that's what somebody would call a work whatever. I don't call it shit. I call it a good day. But work wife or whatever I guess the acceptable term. But
Mhm.
when I said it, Krista, where you at? You quiet,
I'm right here. I'm right here because
baby. She
I'm
did that
just trying to
same.
make sure
What did I
if
say the last
TC's going to
time?
answer the question how I answered the question,
Oh,
do
okay.
you or would you ever come and tell me that you had a work wife?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, here's another question. Would you consider somebody that, even if you wouldn't articulate it?
No.
Okay. See, that's not your thing. Like, it's not my.
No.
Now, that,
It's not my
And
thing, and but it's if other people want to do it and other people do it at my job, then we laugh about it. They laugh, and that's what's up.
right.
I'm always telling them, hell, I'm trying to just date somebody for about five days.
Mhm.
We good. So I need
I'm
to,
done.
yeah, we good.
Would you be okay if I told you that, baby, that I had a work wife or work husband?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind because I don't think that you would mean anything other than just it being a work relationship.
Child,
See, you
y'all
heard
believe
him.
that if
You
y'all
heard him.
want to.
You heard him. Why was she lying? Now I don't know.
Huh?
Are
I
you
don't
saying I'm
know.
lying?
I don't know
No, baby, I
TC.
didn't say that. I didn't say
I,
that.
I don't know TC like that. But she ain't gonna
Yeah,
read that. She ain't gonna read just say something for me, cause I'm not that
right.
person. You say what you want to
Yeah,
say, good or bad. I take it all.
right. Okay.
Oh,
But Crystal, just in that moment,
See, TC can say that too because TC know that's not gonna happen because she know how I work with people. I'm
right.
yeah,
not getting ready. I don't
but
get that close.
she also knows you as a person, and she knows that
Hmm.
even if you did have somebody at work that you confided in, that had nothing to do with your relationship because she knows you wouldn't disrespect her in that matter.
And I do
So
have
how you
people
would
on my
act,
job
so how you
that
would
I talk
act,
to.
and that's it. That's the total work husband wife dynamic. The
No, they
person
don't
at
get that
work.
title though. They don't
You
get
keep
that
talking
title.
about the people at your job that don't know how to handle that title. What I'm saying is, I said it's the dynamic without the title.
No, I
People give
can't.
it a
I can't.
title, people give it a title, but the
And they give
dynamic
life.
is that, yeah, but the dynamic is that person at work you confide in. Giving it a title just gives it something to
You
call them.
somebody I work with. You somebody I work with that we yeah we can talk about work stuff. But for me to say, I'm gonna say, hey, you go my work wife.
But see, you
No,
that's not your that's I feel like you saying that like if you heard said at the TC you be like TC would think you were cheating on her or something. Or that
no,
somebody was
no,
taking her place.
no,
I don't hear that. I don't
no.
hear that when somebody say that.
I just know that when
TC
I
is
say it,
here
I'm
and we
saying
don't have to talk about her in the abstract. So I'm gonna
no. I'm
ask you,
just saying that I I know I couldn't call my baby up and say, "Oh, baby, today at work, with my work wife, Regina, she said, and we was talking about this because this or that happened at work."
but I
And
could be wrong because I ain't been in the workforce in a minute. I don't think that's how you talk about your work wife. TC,
okay,
help me out. Anybody else? Help me out. I don't think
well,
that's how you
you
talk
tell
about
them
that.
what happened. My work wife,
Yeah, but you
because you're
don't
not
say my
just
work wife. You don't. My work wife is just a title. You would say Susan.
okay.
You know.
Okay, well,
That's just
Regina,
something you say. Work wife is just wife or I mean, that's just something you say.
but
But
my
for you to
whole thing
speak,
is I
but
couldn't
you would
come.
when you get home and
You
tell
start
TC about your day, you would say, me and Susan were talking about this today. I go to Susan and talk about that stuff. Yeah, no, the title is irrelevant. That's
And no way TC is going to say, "Oh, you mean your work wife, Regina?"
well, she wouldn't say
Mm-mm.
that. I don't think. I don't really. I think
No,
work.
I
I think.
wouldn't say that. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say that
no,
at
wouldn't
all.
nobody say that. I wouldn't nobody say that.
No.
That's just something that
Then
somebody
that's
on the
just somebody you
outside.
work with,
No, no,
and
that's
I
what
don't mind
somebody
that
on the
she
outside would say. That not me, not TC, not even you.
right.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
call Susan your work wife. She wouldn't call Susan your work wife because when you come home, you say Susan. That would be somebody on the outside that like a new hire at your job and they see how y'all interact. Oh, that's your work wife. That would be something in that dynamic, not something that we would say. When nobody, because you ain't gonna come home and say, me and my work. No, you're gonna come home and say, me and Susan had a hard day today.
I'm just not gonna. It's not allowed over here. Not in this relationship. Mm-mm.
So, and if anything, if she doesn't, if Chris is not comfortable, I'm not gonna do it.
Cool, but don't say it loud no more, Crystal.
I
Don't
didn't
say,
mean to say it
don't say it
aloud.
loud no more. Don't
When you first
don't
said
say
it,
it.
it just like shocked me, and I was like, "Oh no, she ain't allowed to
You
have that."
you said it 3 times so far. You said it again just now. Don't
Well,
say
I
it
mean,
loud. Don't say it loud when you're speaking about your partner. Don't say
yeah.
what you will or will not allow your partner to do. Because I'm
Well,
almost
I should
positive.
say it like this. I wouldn't allow my a partner to feel comfortable coming to me telling me that they have a work wife or a work husband.
You can
I find that to be unacceptable in a
you can
relationship with me. Now,
what
if
I'm
they
saying
do it and I don't know it, what can I do? You know,
what I'm
but
saying is the
don't.
word allow in any way.
Yeah,
You just
yeah, I
flipped it
would.
around. It's still what you're allowing and not allowing. You can't allow
Yes,
a grown person to do nothing.
because in a relationship, you allow your partner to
You
do
can
certain things
accept
that
or
somebody
not
else may
accept
not.
what they do and then work from there. But you saying, I allow her to do this.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
my wife don't allow me to do shit. My wife.
she's allowing you right now to keep going with this
No, she
live
don't.
instead
Because
of
if I
cutting
want to
us.
keep going with this live, I will turn the music off.
Right. But I'm just saying, I'm using that as an example.
The music
But
is
I'm just
off.
saying,
She don't allow me to do nothing.
right. I understand that.
Don't allow her to
But
do
I'm talking,
nothing. My wife goes out and she goes to the car show. She goes to the women car show, and she be out
right,
there with her Wakanda thing and her her easy way about herself and her you
right.
know and her very sweet
Enjoying
demeanor.
life.
I don't
Yeah.
allow her nothing. I don't allow her to
Right.
go because I she go.
Well,
I can't allow her to do nothing.
what I'm
That
saying
word
by that
that word is
is,
very I don't like that word. So maybe it's
okay,
just me.
what I
That's
mean
me.
by that
That's me.
is, what I mean by allow is, because if your partner come to you, and let's just say, your partner tell you, baby, I'm going to the bus show. I'm just going to use that. And you're not comfortable with your partner going to the bus show. And you just go ahead and be like, okay. And then later they come back, you got an attitude or something. Well, what's wrong? And you're like, well, I really don't like when you go to that bus show.
And that's
That,
what you
that,
say.
that,
You give them the opportunity, just like I said about the restaurant.
right. So that's
If
why I'm
you
trying to
want,
finish it.
you
So then
say
what I say is, then that person say, well, why didn't you tell me? And I
that's,
wouldn't have went.
but
But
that's not
you didn't
allowing
say
them to do
nothing when
it,
I told
sister.
you. So you're allowing them to go on and do whatever it is that they're doing without saying, baby, I'm uncomfortable with that. I'm uncomfortable with
You
that.
say
Or
I'm
you can sit
uncomfortable with
there and
that.
let
You
them do it.
always say I'm uncomfortable with that. That
Right.
includes in a relationship. You don't allow them to do anything. If TC comes to you and says she needs to go wherever,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
because of where she's going is going to take her in the proximity of somebody she used to date or used to have feelings for, whatever, and you're not comfortable being in the proximity of that person, you tell her, you know what,
Right.
TC, I'm not comfortable being with, and you tell her why. And then TC will rebut and tell you what's going on, and then you move from there. But you can't say I allowed her to go even though I got an attitude.
But we can't. Now, wait a minute. Now, if we're not going to get caught up on words, we're not going to get caught up on words. Now, if we can't get caught up on that wife and husband word on the job, then we can't get caught up on allow.
No, because I'm not applying a value to a word. Allow is you telling me you gonna tell me you are allowing me to do something because
Right.
without you I couldn't do it. I have to go through you to do it. You don't. No, a wife, work wife don't mean shit. Work wife don't mean shit. Means
Mhm.
nothing.
To
And
some people,
to
Lisa.
all people, it don't mean nothing.
No,
That is
no,
something you
Lisa.
say, and if somebody is putting value to it, they're putting value to it because they know it bothers you.
No, no. I'm telling you, Lisa, on the job, and I can only go by what I see and what I see happen on my job. Now, if it don't happen on yours and don't happen on your wife's, then hey, that don't happen that way. But where I work at, Lisa, that word, these people on these jobs is taking that stuff to another level where it has broken up marriages. It has broken up. It has been fights on the job, in the hospital, out in the parking lots. They're paying folks car notes,
That's
light bills, and stuff
that's not
because
a
they're
that's a
taking that
cheater.
closeness. They're
That's a
taking that
cheater.
closeness, huh?
That's a cheater. It
Well,
doesn't
I
matter
mean, you can
how
say,
close.
I understand that part too, Lisa. But I'm just saying, because I don't know the whole everything that went on in these people's thing, but I know because people feel they were so close to a particular person, and that people were going around and they were going around saying, that's my work wife, that's why. The next thing you know, here come the real wife, here come the real girlfriend, and there's some stuff going on. Because, or people just know that so and so giving this person money. They doing a lot of stuff that you should not be doing, but they didn't took that title and used it in another way. And that's why I say, for me, okay, and I can only speak about me. I would prefer, from what I've seen and what I know and have shared with other people that work in certain positions and stuff, I prefer my partner not to come and tell me that they have a work wife or work husband.
And that
I'm
is
not
absolutely
comfortable with that.
acceptable. That is 100% acceptable. I am not comfortable with it. So you tell TC not to do it, and she won't do it. It is not because you allowed her to do anything. It's because you said I'm not comfortable. I don't like the way that makes me feel because of the experience that I had at the job I have. And then
That's
she
what I
goes, you know
said.
what,
I would
baby?
tell her.
You know what, baby? You right. And you will move accordingly. But that's what you're saying about the work wife and them taking that too far.
Hmm.
That has the wife, the title work wife had nothing to do with these people flirting and fucking. They had nothing to do with
Well,
it.
Lisa, I
They
actually
were
don't
gonna
know
do
if
it.
some of them ever even took it there because I would be lying to say, girl, they was in the bedroom together and they
They
went
were
to a
lying to
hotel.
you if they did. But how many
I
people
don't.
have you? But how many people have you know cheated and they never call that person a work shit?
That's what I'm saying. I understand that part too.
It
But
is
I'm
what
just saying, from what I see, people on jobs can take that word and take it to another. Now, it may just be certain jobs that they do this on. But
I
I'm
think it's
just
certain
saying,
people. I think it's just certain people. I don't think it's the
okay, well,
job.
certain
I
people,
think it's the
because
people.
I know my niece, she run hotels. Okay. She run a very big hotel corporation. And on her job, she she have seen some things too. Okay, where
Can't
she
nobody
didn't
make
even
me
call
cheat
me in
on
the
my
middle of the
wife. Can't
night.
nobody make me cheat on my wife. Can't nobody make me cheat on my wife.
No, no, I'm not saying that they made them do anything, but just saying you. It's all right to talk to your people at work, and they the ones that clock you in. Because I have people, we do that for each other and stuff. But it's something about some people when you give them those titles, Lisa, they can take that stuff to a whole nother level.
I'm sorry that that is. I'm sorry that that is an experience because
It's a lot of that.
in my experience that they don't need title to do that.
No, they don't need a title to do it, but I'm
And
just saying they.
can't no work can't no work nothing make me disrespect my wife in any way. It doesn't
Right.
matter the closeness.
And that's
It
you,
can't make
and
me. It
that's
can't make.
you.
And the person and here's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Nobody can make you disrespect Crystal. I mean, nobody can make you disrespect TC. No amount
Right.
of closeness at work, no amount of camaraderie at work can
Hmm.
make you do that if that's not who you are as a person.
Right. Yeah,
The
because I
title
would
is
never
irrelevant.
disrespect
I
her.
get what you're saying,
Hmm.
and now I understand because you explained it
Hmm.
to me. But what I'm telling
Yeah.
you is the title.
Hello.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute.
Yeah.
Her phone died. Oh, here, check this. Check these headphones. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Knee over here. I heard TC. Can Chris hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm plugging my
Yeah.
phone in too.
My
Yep.
phone is, y'all, my phone is on fire. My phone feel like it's having a hot flash.
That's the hot subject.
My phone got hype. My phone got heat people.
That's the hot subject.
Oh yeah, but all I was saying was is that I understand where you're coming from, and I understand because of your experiences that word is messed up. But what I'm saying is the people that even at your job just use that word as an excuse because a shit person is a shit person. It don't matter what you call them, and no amount of titles can make me, no amount of work titles can make me do anything to jeopardize my house. And if I'm not the kind of person who is going to take shit too far, it doesn't matter what the hell you call me. These people use that shit as an excuse. Well, we were
Hmm.
close at work, and that's why. No, you can
Girl.
be that whatever you are, because
Yeah.
that's who they are. That's the person. That's not
Hmm.
the title. Everybody, it's just like I was watching something, and people throw out the title mama and mom and mother because you got a uterus and you had a kid. How many people you know got kids and are actually mothers but are not deserving of that title?
Many.
Hmm.
Because titles are irrelevant. It's the shit person. And how many people you know that are not mothers? They can't have kids. It should be raising
Child,
those kids.
I'm just saying, be careful with that word on them jobs, certain
The
jobs.
words stop giving words power that they don't have. Because what you're doing is giving people
Because
excuses.
words do have power. Yeah.
But work wife don't have no power. Because it's not the work wife that's doing it, it's the cheating ass spouse that's doing it. It's
Hmm.
not the work wife because this bitch at work clocking you in. I'm almost positive. Ain't enough clocking in the world to make me fuck up my happy home.
But you know what it is, Lisa? They just feel so close.
That
They
close
taking it to
because the spouse
they
is
taking it
allowing.
to another level. You know, to the point now it's disrespectful to that
You
person's
can
spouse,
you can
whether it's
feel
the girl.
exclusive. Mm-mm, mm-mm. The spouse
No,
is
I'm not
only
giving them no excuse. The excuses don't title them
the
that
spouse is the
that
only
crap.
person who has a contract with the spouse. The work wife don't have a contract with
Hmm.
you. Your wife does.
Mm.
The work wife don't have a contract with you. We just it just started another conversation, baby. This ain't got to do with work. Just people have titles and they just with these shit people, these are messed up people that take advantage of other people. They take advantage of their spouse. Well, stop. Well, don't spend it. Stick there, you know. I swear I'm gonna throw something at you.
No, 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 Lisa. No, no, no throwing. No, none of
No, no,
that.
I ain't throwing her. She okay.
You can't be throwing and hitting people.
What would
You
that
can't be hitting your wife.
I don't get her. You know. Yeah, but we were thinking. I was thinking that other we were if you watch TV and I go and I see something and I ask her a question. I go, "You ready? You ready? You ready?" And she like, "No, I ain't ready." She never ready for my questions because it'd be somebody I've seen on like Karamo or ID channel, and I ask her what would she do, and that's how we learn stuff. Our dialogue. I love our dialogue
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
because I don't think the way you do it, you don't think the way I do, but you give me insight
Hmm.
into why people think the way they do, which is why I ask you why you feel that way. It's not because I'm picking with you, and I know that's what it
I
sounds like,
know that. Yeah.
but it's because I don't think that way, and I
Right.
want to know why people think that way
That's
because
why you call us yin and yang.
because so when people come ask me something, I can come at them from a place of not just my place, but your place.
Right.
Like in this instance, you're my YouTube wife. It don't take nothing away from my wife. Say right now, you don't even care. Just tell somebody
DC,
else.
don't start rolling your eyes and stuff at me when I see you in chat. I didn't say that. She said that, baby. She said that.
That's my YouTube wife. You know, that's her YouTube wife. We are polyamorous around here.
Mm,
Oh,
my
okay.
baby ain't going for that.
TC, yeah, TC is my
Uh,
YouTube wife.
I'm what?
Now TC is also my YouTube wife.
Are you comfortable with Lisa calling me her YouTube wife, baby?
You, you know, yes, I am.
You know what? You is so. Oh, I swear I'll be glad when we get off this.
No,
I
no,
swear to
no.
God,
Hold on, hold
y'all.
on. Okay,
You
hold
know
up.
what?
There's a difference. Number one. Okay, so once again, there's a difference. I don't really care, but I do care.
Outside of
No,
you
no,
know
no,
how
no, no,
how
no, no,
we
no,
like.
no, no. No, no, no. I care, but I do care. And here's where when I do care. I care when it gets disrespectful. I care when there are lines and there are boundaries that are crossed that are considered disrespectful and inappropriate. So I don't think that Lisa is the kind of person, I think, that as I've seen DC, I've met DC, and I think DC has the utmost class, and I know DC and Lisa have the utmost of class. A lot of people do not have class, meaning they don't understand, seriously, boundaries. They don't understand what inappropriateness is. They do the things that you say, that you're harping on these people at your job. They take these words, they take these titles, or they hide behind these little cliche-ish type of things, and then they get a chance to do their full la la. That's not what I see with DC and Lisa. The years that I've known them, there are people who you don't know, and when I say you, I mean you plural. You don't know a person. You have to learn a person, and you just have to create boundaries as you go along, and you have to let them know what you're gonna accept and what you're not gonna accept. And when you are in a relationship, I have to respect that your relationship. I have to respect anybody else's relationship when they have it. I'm not calling Lisa at a certain hour of the night, 1 and 2 in the morning. And no, I wouldn't dare do that. Whenever I correspond, and I'm letting folks know I'm gonna be, doing like a presentation.
And Lisa, an example.
Wait a minute. If I'm doing a presentation, I'll email DC. That's how I do it. So, I think it's, huh?
I just say I'm gonna be here. We're gonna do this. What you wanna do? Yeah, I mean, because I respect TC. I respect your relationship. I respect you two as a couple. I respect you as a person. When you have respect, then you don't even have to make boundaries.
There you go.
Be crossed.
There you go.
I have respect. I would not, number one, disrespect my wife. That's number one. That's number uno.
Yeah.
I would not disrespect TC to you as an individual. Because by approaching y'all in an undisrespectful manner, I'm not only disrespecting y'all, but I'm disrespecting my wife. And then y'all have to in turn either tell on me or disrespect my wife. And I wouldn't put y'all in the position to do that. I respect you as a couple because y'all are starting this journey together as not just a them, but a us. So I respect y'all as a couple and understand that now when there's a different element, not just y'all being friends, that there's also another boundary I can't cross. But because you're used to people that don't have any respect, then you don't understand when people are working from a place of respect. That's why I think titles don't mean it.
But it feels different coming from you, and I don't know if it's because you have a wife or because we love you like that. It didn't feel like but
because I work on a place of respect.
Right.
Because
you feel it.
And because here's the thing, and this is what here's the thing. There's some of us who are raised and have respect. You either have it or you don't. All right. Let's just call a spade a spade. Some people walk around, but some people are around here in different places and spaces that we all are around. And they posture as they have certain things, but then at the end of the day, you find out that they're just as cuckoo bananas, and they need a daggone couch more than some people that's laying up in that's being 3130 or 5150 or whatever it is that they do. These are people that are walking around that need some help. So you either have it or you don't. And I was raised with respect, regardless of me and you, Krista. Regardless, I just know that there's order. Everything is done in decency and in order.
Right.
And when like I have single friends. And I told you about one of them and what she said. And I said, "Girl, please, I'm not doing that." I said, "My lady wouldn't. Nuh-uh, that's not gonna work. No, I'm not doing that." And I will, I will consult with her, and I will communicate with her before I make a move like that. You
Mhm.
see, sometimes when you have single friends and you are in a relationship trying to start one, or have been married for 5 and 6 and 10, 12, 50 years, you have to let certain people know, hold up, player, you crossing some boundaries. And so sometimes some, people who are single, they like to cross boundaries when you are starting your journey in a relationship and or have been in a relationship.
because they think they still have the same access to you as to when you're single, and they don't realize
Well,
that
the
once
the thing
you
the but Lisa,
once
here's the thing.
Want Lisa to speak on this so bad. You need to tell Lisa and get her opinion on it because this would be really good.
my
Yeah.
child
Yeah, I would
feel
like
like
to.
I'm set up,
We'll do it later.
feel like I'm
Mhm.
set up. Okay, I'm just playing. You can hit us. TC can hit us anytime. Um, Christian can too. So if you got a private dilemma, hit me.
It
Um,
is. It is,
right,
Lisa.
that's cool. But
It's not,
And and
because
we
I
both
I can
agreed
I
that we
could
would love to hear y'all opinion about it. We both agreed
yeah,
to this one night when we were discussing this. And she was like, you know what? I would love to hear their opinion about that. And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, because I see things one way. She obviously see things another way, but yet I do see it her way. I do see it her way. But it's still a small part of that I still feel a little bit just like, no, baby, you. So yeah.
just a little, and just on the outskirts, you and TC are a new entity, and new entities have boundaries. They have times of certainty. They have times of certainty. They have, I need to express my wants, needs, and desires. I also need to express my deal breakers and my irritation. So
Okay.
y'all are going through now where you can talk because y'all are both intelligent, beautiful women, and y'all care about each other. But it's gonna be a minute, and there's gonna
Thank
be
you.
and in a relationship. And I will say this: in a relationship, in a good relationship, in a real relationship, compromise with love. You're gonna have growing pains because you're used to doing things a certain way as a single person. You're used to relationships being bad. So sometimes you work on the shoe drop method, and it kills us. Because when I first got with DC, I was like, I was waiting for that shoe. I knew that bitch was gonna knock my ass out. I knew that bitch was shaped like an elbow. It was gonna drop on my head like a goddamn baby grand piano in the military square. And that's how I acted. That's how I moved in the beginning. Because I was so used to getting hit right top of the head with shit. But eventually I looked up and it was just clear skies. And y'all will get there.
hmm
And the things that irritate you, they irritated you in the past. You don't know what they're gonna do in the future
mm
because the person you're with will set that tone. DC a tone of safety at home. There was no irritation. Did she get on my nerves? Yes. Do I get on my nerves? Hell yeah. I've been doing it for a week. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been messing with her all week long. They thought she was on my list.
hmm
But can you do it? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I, I will suggest that you take a different course. Cause no. But y'all I love TC gives me feelings because she's I love to hear articulate people speak their and that shit is sexy to me. But they ain't got nothing to do with my life.
hmm
I love to see confident women.
hmm
There's nothing more beautiful to me than a woman that knows her value and her worth and she walks like that.
Mhm.
She talks like that. She moves like that.
Mhm.
But inside a relationship, even the most confident woman can be a little shaky.
Mhm.
It's okay. For y'all not to be totally safe yet. It'll fall into place, and then one day you'll look around and go, "What the hell was I acting a fool for?" One day, Krista, and you mark my words, it is 11:11. These it is 11:11.
Yes, yeah,
Angel numbers.
11:11.
that's my number. Let me
November
pray.
1st. No, it's still first. 11:11, November 1st. You're gonna
Wow.
look back 2 or 3 years ago. Why the hell did I say that word aloud? Watch what I said. Because when they give you that sense, when they give you that, when they give you that firm foundation, baby, you can bitch call your woman a porn star. She sure is. Sure is. Vanessa Del Rio in this bitch, you'll never know.
Uh-oh. Vanessa Del Rio.
Y'all better
Hallelujah.
know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
Come on then.
Well, you know what? I mean, we could actually,
Actually, we can click this off. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe,
that's what I'm saying.
hit that notification bell. We gotta go offline now. My phone won't even come on no more. You know what I'm doing, but
But just stay on, Krista. Don't go nowhere.
hey,
Oh, okay.
hey, turn the thing to the thing. Ooh, my phone blew up. My phone died for real.